caught me then. Caught me. Rich tea biscuits. Although I don't drink tea. But there's somehow something quite nice about a rich tea. Even though I'm drinking coffee. There it is. Oh, let me get myself comfy before we start. Hi, Nathan. Numero uno. Hi, Enid. Hello. I've got my candle lit and I've got my lights on. I can't light the other light because nobody can see it from my big head. Well, it seems a point of wasting the electric, doesn't it? And I can't move it. I need to ask my son if he can move it. It's sort of wedged behind the other. And I could put it somewhere where, people could see it, couldn't I then? Hey. So how is everybody? All four of you. I guess I'm a bit early for you today. Yeah. Oh, one thumbs up. Thank you very much, whoever's given me a thumbs up. You're oddly energetic. Can I have some of your energy then? Because I'm feeling oddly not energetic. Yeah. Hi, Amanda. I've got a headache, neck ache, and backache. Apart from that, I'm okay. That's why I've got this strange contraption on. It's got magnets at the back, and it does help a bit with my neck pain. So I've not gone sort of goth or whatever, You're plodding on, are you? Yeah. How's the weather? Well, I got battered, bruised, splashed. If you see my little video on Facebook and Instagram, the waves were coming over. And I'm like, how much longer have I got before I get that other scooter? Oh, dear. You cleaned your craft cave. Well, can you come and clean mine? You don't need cleaning as much, just sorting out a bit, yeah. Hi, June. Yeah, my crafting shed is quite organised, really. There's nothing all over the floor. There's no bags everywhere or anything like that. It's all on shelves. It's just, I need to sort it out. So I know what's where and who's who and all that jazz, yeah. I still haven't got it sort of where I know where everything is. Although it's all off it's not on the floor. It's not in bags. It's not in boxes. It's all on the wall, yeah. It's your best friend's birthday today. Oh, you're getting a piece of cake. Can we all have a piece of cake? Hi, June. Hi, Esther. And you got an Apple Watch? Oh, I wouldn't know what to do with an Apple Watch. I'm afraid, Enid. I'm a bit technophobic. Is it what we got? Oh, yeah. You need a pegboard, yeah. She's far from you, never mind. It's a thought that counts. I'm sure you wished her a happy birthday, yeah. Well, it's been a great week for my family. We've lost 2 more members of it. I mean, they were elderly cousins. But it's still, I thought, oh, God, they're going down like flies. And, there's usually 3 in a row. I'm just hoping it's not me. But I'm not the next eldest. There's a few more older than me yet. Hi, Trudy. So I'm thinking, oh, how many more? How many more? Manny, I do actually know of 3. The girl I go sing with, unfortunately, her husband just died very suddenly last week. So I do know 3, yeah. Oh, that's nice. I'm sure she like that, Enid, yeah. Good evening, Babyface Nelson. Good evening. Are you called Nelson or is it just Babyface? Good evening to you. Well, I got a nice surprise. Well, I'll wait and show you when there's more people in the room, yeah. Oh, well, if you disappear, Enid, we know you've gone to a live birthday. Yeah. Hi, Jean. Oh, you just decided to call yourself Babyface Nelson. Do you look a babyface? Or are you just trying to kid yourself, yeah? I mean, I could say Babyface Jam, but I'd be lying. Oh, can I dump my rich tea in my coffee? That way I won't crunch so much. Hi, Julie. All you had was a cup of tea. No, I've only had coffee so far. Not had anything. Oh, thank you, Julie. How's me cough? I think I'm getting a cold. I'm putting off having me cold. They want to give me my fourth COVID injection, and I'm putting it off. It might be a big coincidence, but after I had my third COVID, yeah, didn't it, Bacardi? Thank you. Yeah. After I had my third COVID, I got this cough, and I've had it. It's on its way out now, but I've had it about 16, 17 weeks, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I like the buttons. Look at those buttons, aren't they nice? Can you see them? Aren't they nice? Nice buttons. Yeah, it's the one I made. It's like off-white. I had a white one, and so I decided to make an off-white one because the colours in my dress. It's supposed to be black, but I'm seeing it as navy blue because that's black, and it's definitely not the same colour, is it? But it's got like cream leaves on it, so I decided to make a cream cardigan. Oh, that's nice, Jean. Yeah, my fashion show. I need to do one to sell me shawls, don't I? An actual fact, my friend Sarah, not the Sarah with the mudlarking Sarah, the other Sarah, her son is 11 and he's an absolute whiz with anything technical. He's just that way inclined. So I said, we need to make him our technical director. You know, when we're making a video or anything, put him in charge because he knows how to do this, you know, whoops and that, whoops and the thing, you know, that other people put on their videos and I can't do. I can't do that. Yeah. You know, when you put a thing underneath, say, oops, I said it. I said eBay when it should have been Etsy, you know, that sort of stuff. You know, so he's a whiz at that. So sorry for nibbling. Very rude of me to nibble, isn't it? But hey ho. Yeah, why are 11-year-olds far better at things than my excuse was computers hadn't been invented, or if they had, they weren't for public use. When oh, look at that. I don't like this, it gives me six chins. And I never even saw a computer till I was 55. And, you know, it's all like, I mean, you would think that I'd have like 20 years of doing computers, wouldn't you? That I would know something by now. But when you're older, it doesn't go in the same. When you do it at school and you're younger and you're brought up with it, you're a lot more savvy, you know. You pick things up a lot easier. It's like me asking teenagers to do, you know, mathematics and things like that without using a computer, without using a calculator, I mean, or without using whatever. You know, we did all our maths and everything, you know, with the brain power. We had no gizmos, gadgets, nothing. So I'm sure if you ask the young ones today to do that, they couldn't do it. Yeah. So it's the same way that like we can't do the stuff that they do because they're learning a different, whole new system, aren't they? They're learning a whole new language. You know, if we had asked them to work out, you know, algebra and stuff like that without using a calculator, I'm sure that they couldn't do it. You know, so in lots of ways, I mean, I'm not saying it was better in our day, it was just different. I mean, today's kids have got, you know, things like, you know, but yet sadly, a lot of today's kids don't have what I call common sense. No, we had to recite them, yeah, like a parrot, yeah. No, we had no computers. No, we had nothing like that. I mean, don't forget, I'm much, much older than most of you on here. You know, so computers and things were a thing in the future. You know, it was like watching the Jetsons, you know. Well, I know that would never happen, you know. We were more like the Flintstones, you know, paddling along with with the stone wheels, yeah. Hi, so what's knitting? Hello from Gateshead. I hope you got nicer weather in Gateshead than we've had here. It's raining outside, I can hear it, yeah. Hi, Ethan. Yeah, well, I'm about twice your age, Enid. Hi, Anna. How are you doing? It's very cold and windy. If you see my little video, the waves were nearly coming. They were nearly reaching me on my scooter as I was going along the seafront today. They weren't quite getting there, but they were just a smidgy away from me. They were coming up as far as you've got the back of a. I've got the back of a 95-year-old. Although some 95-year-olds are a lot more what's it than me. Oh my goodness, yeah, I remember Alan Turing. He invented a big computer, didn't he? It was about the size of a house, yeah. I know, Anna. Have you been all right, love? Yeah. I know you've been a bit quiet lately. Sorry for coughing, but I haven't got rid of my coughing. Oh, oh, dearie, dearie. It's sunny and dry. Oh, goodness. Give over. I don't like you, Enid. Blooming throwing it down here. And if you saw those waves, they were nearly reaching me on on the seafront. I wasn't amused. I sat there filming, and then it came a little bit too close, and I thought, no, I'm going. It says here the rain's going to stop. It doesn't tell me what temperature it is, but it says the rain's going to stop. Yeah. I don't think it tells me on my phone. I think it only tells me what time it is. Oh, sheepishly sharing is working on her yarn stash. Oh, good for you. 13 degrees. That's C, I think. Yeah. 13 degrees C. That's what it says. 13 degrees C. There's Fatso. And there's my lovely Rose. Oh, there's Fatso, and there's my lovely Rosie. See if you can see them without the. No, you can't. You can't see them without all the garbage on front. Hey. Oh, well, that's all right. And as long as you're all right. Oh, the baby's turned 2. My goodness, soon passed, hasn't it? Yeah. How old's your other son? He's getting older now, isn't he? It's 11 degrees C in Stockholm. Oh, you're colder than me then. Oh, no, you're warmer than me, aren't you? Sorry. Are you warmer than me? Oh, I've forgotten already. Do you know I've got the brain of a darn goldfish? I've got the brain of a goldfish. Oh, 13. No, we're warmer than you by 2 degrees. Not 3 degrees, 2 degrees. He's 4. Oh, my goodness me. You're making me feel old, Anna. Baby's growing up. Manny, my niece's 2 kids, honestly. I still think of us being down here and they're up here now. Because of the COVID restrictions and different things, we haven't been together for Christmas for 2-3 years. Yeah. Because she lives in London. So because I haven't seen them, they've, grown about 6 inches. So I don't know. I keep growing as well, usually widthwise. Oh dear. So I've got headache, backache, neck ache. Anybody else feel that way? Yeah. This is more than half your height. My son was always tall. I thought he was going to be well over 6 foot, but he seemed to stop. Yeah. was tall, 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 and then he kind of stopped when he got to be about 15 or 16. He stopped. Yeah. I thought that about my kid. And his feet were. I thought he was going to be wearing clown shoes. But everything stopped. I think he stopped at size 11, which is big enough for a guy. I think that's a different size in America. I don't know what size 11 is in America. I know he was amazed when he went to America, because here he struggled to find T-shirts and to find shoes and trainers and that. And he went to America and he said he was at the small end of the rail. He was fascinated. The T-shirts, like, he was at this end and they went to that end, which were massive. And he goes, Mum, he said, I'm tiny in America. Yeah. So it's a pity he didn't have more money, because he could have bought a whole new wardrobe in America. And we'd struggled to find him clothes to take to America. If I'd have known it was going to be like that, I would have just given him the money with an empty suitcase and sent him off, yeah. Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Kaz. How am I doing? I've got headache, neckache and backache, but apart from that, I'm all right. I want to cough. Apart from that. You'll have to wait while he's asleep and run the tape measure alongside of him, meaning. Yeah, we've got no Chris yet. We've got Nathan, but no Chris. Yeah. Oh, listen to the wind. The wind is howling down I should have lit the fire, really, but I was too lazy. I put the central heating on, naughty, naughty. But I'm not being cold, I'm sorry, but I'm not. We've ordered some logs, they're coming on Wednesday. So, sadly, there's no fire tonight. I will have to get to grips with learning how to light this damn thing. Because when they go away, I'm going to have to start doing it, yeah. It's a bit milder. No, I'm afraid, oh gosh, listen to the wind. It's like sound effects for one of those horror films. Woo, woo. Like the Sherlock Holmes, what's it called? The Hound of the Baskervilles. It's a bit like that. I had to shut the fire door because it was banging. It was so much wind. What's happening about my mobility scooter? I don't know. I'm hoping to hear this coming week. He said 2 to 3 weeks, and that was a couple of weeks ago. So I'm hoping I might hear something this coming week. Because actually, the mobility scooter he lent me, the tyres are a little bit on the bald side. My friend said to me, she said, it's a good job that's not a car. She said, you'd be getting fined for illegal tyres. I said, oh. You treated yourself to a ball of Sirdar jewel spun. Ooh. A stick of cinnamon with boiled water and honey in it. Is that for me cough? My headache, yeah. Oh, just flashed up when Eater's got a video up. That's the only time I get notifications is when I'm on here doing a live. For some reason or another, when I'm doing a live, I get notifications of everybody's videos. I don't get them any other way. I have to go and look. Oh, has so-and-so got a video? Has such a body got a video? It's no wonder I miss everybody. Yeah. I've not done anything for the last 2 days, crochet-wise. I'm having a bit of a slump. I think the last time I crocheted was Thursday, I think. I don't know why. I go through periods like that. I'm either frantically manic, crochet, or I go full and I don't do anything. My friend bought me a book which I've started to read. It's kind of funny. Um, Let me see. It's like a knitting book, but it does apply to crochet. It's all people from the knitting community with little anecdotes. It's called A Stash of One's Own. And I had to laugh because, like, it's all people kind of, how can I put it, rationalising why they have a stash, you know, and, saying why they have it. And it's like different people are in it. Susan B. Anderson's in it, and Franklin Habit's in it, and different people like that. Stephanie Pearl McPhee, all justifying why they actually have a stash. And they're saying that woman, that what's she called, who does the de-stash things. Oh, it begins with a K. What's she called? I'm sure you'll know. Oh, you've got a new overlocker. Woohoo! Oh yeah, an overlocker's great. My mother had one. Yeah. But what do you call that? Not Klondike. Something Marie. It does that decluttering. And she said it wouldn't work with your stash. You're supposed to hold something in your hand. And if it doesn't bring you joy, then you have to throw it away. Yeah? I'm sorry, but that doesn't work if you're a crocheter. Every time, or a knitter, I pick up yarn in my hand and it does speak to me. It talks to me. It's saying, don't throw me away. You could make that with it. You could make this with it. Marie Kondo, yeah. That's it. It wouldn't work, would it, with stash? Yeah, it wouldn't work with stash, would it? I mean, could you hold your stash in your hand and say, I don't like this, or I'm not going to use this, or I'm not going to wear it. I haven't worn it for 12 months. And throw it away. I don't think so. According to her, we should have like one bag with a few balls in. And why would we need like 3 hooks the same size? And, she obviously doesn't understand crafting, does she? It's like saying to a painter, you can't have 3 paintbrushes, or you can't have 3 things, isn't it? Or you can't have as many colours as you got. You couldn't do that, could you? Yeah. Good evening, Connie. Mm-hmm. I mean, I did part with a lot of my yarn. I had to be. There was too much in the shed, so I had to part with some of it because it was getting ridiculous. So I had to like put my thinking head on and think, what are you not going to use in the next conceivable whatever? Get rid of it. So I did. That hasn't stopped me buying more yarn, which confuses my son no end, but that's because it's a different type of yarn than what I sold. What I sold was thicker, and what I've bought is finer. Yeah. So to me, that's perfectly logical. Yeah. Oh, I had a lovely surprise. A friend of mine called Sharon sent me a parcel that I didn't know was coming. And I'll show you what was in it. That is actually purple. It may not look purple, but it's actually purple. Put that down there. Woo, woo, woo. No, it's all fastened up. That's pink. Look at that one. Glittery, glittery, glittery. This one's pink, white, and pink, white, grey. Looks rather red on here, doesn't it? But it's actually sort of a dark pink. This one's oranges and colours. This one's green. Look at that one. That one, all shades of green. I'm saving my favourite till last. That one's greys and whites. And this is my absolute favourite. It's purples and it's greens. It reminds me of grapes and olives, and that's my absolute favourite. And I love this kind of fastening because my hands don't work too well anymore. You know, with little clasps. I either can't put them on or I get stuck in them and have to sleep in them because I can't take them off at night. What, you like the green one? It's nice, isn't it? Mm. Yeah, completely out of the blue. I didn't know she was sending it. Sending them, she didn't warn me. She just said she was going to send them. Yeah. I was laughing today. I was watching Not Quite Enough Yarn. And she had a Addy machine out. And I'm just trying to think what she called it. A Whizzy Whiz machine or something. No, I do sometimes have a cull of my necklaces. I go through them. And I think, I haven't worn that one for a bit. I don't. Yeah, the necklaces, yeah. Yeah, you do watch it as well, Kaz. What does she call it? A Whizzy Whiz or something? Yeah. She calls it a Whizzy Whiz machine. And she's funny. She is so funny, Leslie. I think she is so amusing. Yeah. A whirly whirly, was it? That was it. Yeah. So I need to get my whirly whirly out of the shed. I've got two whirly whirlies. I've got a little one and a big one. Do you watch her as well, Jeannie? She's so funny, isn't she? I've never made anything big with my whirly whirly. I've only ever made hats with mine. That's all I've ever made, yeah. But some of them turned out a bit small. You know, I don't know, because I was making hats for the homeless. I made about 25 about a few years back, using all my bits and bats up. But some of them were a bit small. They were more like teenager size hats. I don't know how she manages to get hers. You know, perhaps if you use finer yarn and they're more stretchy, I don't know. Yeah, I have to see. Yeah. The thing with that is it's awkward because you need to get the knitting to drop down as it's going around. You know, you need like a whole, um, yeah, mannerisms. Hello, my lovelies. And the way she calls her husband himself. Yeah. She is that kind of person. She's a very jolly person, isn't she? It's much better, isn't it, than watching a video where somebody's all mopey. Can't be coping with that. I try not to say, when there's anything wrong with me. When people come on and say, oh, I'm having such a bad day. Oh, and I'm thinking, switch him off, can't cope. Because if you're not feeling particularly good yourself that particular day, you don't want to hear anybody else's problems, do you? So I tend to pick the funnier people or the ones who have something to say. Yeah, yeah, you can imagine her having something funny to say. So, yeah, well, I won't be going to my two cousins' funerals. One lives in Spain, so obviously I'm not going to fly to Spain for a funeral. And the other one, I've not seen him for about since I was little. So I'm not going to travel miles to see him. And so I'm not going to that funeral either. They'll have to just do without me. Oh, I saw a lovely waistcoat today. She's called Laura Sapida, and she speaks usually in Spanish, but every now and again she does. Um, Somebody speaks over, if you know what I mean. She's yabbering away in Spanish, but somebody does the over voiceover, whatever you want to call it. She just did a waistcoat all in like autumn colours. It was all like squares around the bottom with fringe like tassels on them, and then she'd done like granny stitch. And oh God, it was lovely. Do you watch her as well? I don't understand Laura Speeder, but you don't have to, do you? Oh dear. I never made that second throw. But we swapped around now, so the sofas I was making them for have gone upstairs now, so I don't even see them. Hi, Chris. Have you got a note from your mum saying why you're late, Chris? Were you cooking? What were you doing? Or were you sleeping? You can tell us you're amongst friends. You can tell us where have you been, Chris. You get working on something to pass the time. I'm completely spaced, yeah. Not with drugs, though, just. No, we can't talk about him anymore. He's here now, Kaz. We have to shh now. Yeah, the darkness descends. Woohoo! I don't think I've got any painkillers in here either. No, I don't have any painkillers, and I don't have any in my handbag. Wrong handbag. Mind if I took my painkillers, I'd probably go a bit spaced out, so it's probably not a good idea. Hey, Tracy. Crochet Rocks is in the house. You all got to watch Crochet Rocks. And she has a webpage selling wool, and she's got 20% off. 20% off. So go on. I was tempted. I was like that. I was wavering, Tracy, wavering. I was. You know what I'm like with that boho spirit, you know. And I'm going, I've got 2 lots I haven't crocheted up already. Dare I buy any more? And I was wavering. Absolutely. Yeah. We were talking before about people we like to watch, people who do like chatty, amusing videos. Tracy is one of them, yeah. Um, you know, oh, boho spirit is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? You know, I love it. I've got about a zillion things in it, you know. And she was showing me some colours the other day on a video. Oh, and I was like, oh, wave, wave, wave. Huh. I still haven't ruled it out yet. But I've just bought some, so I have to be good because if 3 lots arrive this week, I'll be in trouble. Plus, I've ordered a skirt as well, so I'll be in trouble. I know, I love it so much, but I bought a skirt, two lots of wool this week, so it's a bit. Mm. Oh, I love those boots. I'm fortunate in the fact because I'm on my scooter, I'm not wearing my boots out anymore, so I haven't got a legitimate reason to buy another pair of boots. Even though I like them. Pavers have some nice boots as well. I was like, but I don't wear them out, yeah, because I ride everywhere. My boots last forever, sadly. Ah, So how is everybody? You tread yours down? Well, I used to tread mine down at the back because I walk like 10 to 2 when I'm walking. Oh, you have to. Everybody here, sub to Tracy. She's got 3 channels, 4 channels. She's got more channels. I've only got one. She's got. Have you got 3 or have you got 4? One of them I don't watch. I've got to admit, one I don't watch. You know, your dieting one because it makes me feel such a loser. Yeah. Your diet rocks. Yeah, I feel a loser. Because I'm a failure. I do try. I'm keeping level. I'm not putting on, but I'm not losing. So I call that sort of a partial success when I don't put any on. Is that pathetic? But I feel success when I don't put any on. Oh, I've got my foot in my bag. Oh, that's good. Oh God, where's my bag gone? Oh, it's under the wheel of my chair. Hang on. Do you know, I'm dangerous. Oh, now it's wrapped around my foot. Oh gosh. I went to Tram Sunday and a lady said to me, "Do you want a bag?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'll have a bag." So she sticks a bag in the basket of my scooter. So when I came home and I had a look, Co-op Funeral Care. Do you think she's thinking I need her or something? Yeah. Hey Donna, how are you doing? You subscribed? Yay! 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 Everybody sub to Tracy. Of course, you've subbed to me. I have to plug myself as well. Oh, oh dear. Hiya, Donna. I'm getting my crochet now, so I'm feeling as though I should be inspired, but I'm not really. But never mind. You went from working with the living to working with the dead. I worked at the job centre. It was like working with the dead there. Or the dead loss. The dead loss and the hopeless, I think I worked with. And the tramps that used to come in for a warm, smell the place out. Oh, it was lovely. You wouldn't mind if they didn't fall asleep next to the radiators. They were a bit pongy. Yeah, we had to move them on. You felt mean because it was cold and snowy outside, but you did feel mean. But all the other patrons were complaining, yeah, because they were a bit stinky, yeah. Hey, never mind. I'll try and do a bit while I'm... The rest of the cotton I've bought has been fine, but this is splitting like crazy, this ball. It's cotton. It's Region Bogan or something. Is it windy up here? Ooh. You see me Instagram? Nearly got blasted by the blinking waves were coming over the seafront. What am I working on? I'm working on the dreaded virus show. But my yarn is splitting, and I think this is what's putting me off my crocheting. Because I hate splitty yarn. Yeah, I had to battle down the seafront. I sneaked out in between the rain. And Coming back, I mean, going down, it was like wind in my face. Woo, 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 woo. I was there with my hat pulled over me, I had my goggles on and my hood up. And coming back, the wind was behind me, so it wasn't too bad. But the waves were coming straight over the seafront. And I thought, whoa, my God, I'm going to get wet through here. But surprisingly enough, it didn't quite reach me. It was just coming over. Have you seen the video? It was just coming over. Oh, I've never really fancied that candy corn. Is it sweet or what? I've never really tasted it. Well, we don't have it, I don't think, in the UK. Or if we do, I've not seen it, yeah. Most things from America wend their way over here. Oh, I hate that pumpkin spice. Blech. You know, when people go, oh, Starbucks is doing pumpkin spice. Luckily, we don't have a Starbucks here. We don't have one. We have Costa. Where I live, my neck of the woods doesn't have a Starbucks. But pumpkin spice, I've never heard of anything so disgusting in my life. Right. Oh, I don't like pumpkin pie. Somebody said, oh, pumpkin pie, it's lovely. It was vile. You got a Starbucks. No, we don't have a Starbucks around here. Or if we do, I haven't seen one. We've got Costas, but no Starbucks. Well, I don't really miss it. I kind of went off Starbucks when I found out that, they don't pay their taxes. They do it all. Everything goes abroad. So I'm like, yeah. Our beaches are a little bit more wild and woolly here. They're a bit more like unspoilt or whatever you want to call them. In other words, they're not really that touristy where I am. It's kind of, sea. I call it concrete, concrete, concrete with sea. That's what I call it where I live, yeah. It's not pretty, it's not picturesque. I wish there was some cliffs and some greenery and something to look at, but there isn't. It's just miles of concrete seafront and waves, yeah. So it's not the prettiest place. Yeah, I mean, there are some tourists in Cleveland and there are some tourists in Fleetwood, although Fleetwood has gone, in my opinion, really downhill from what it used to be like when I was a kiddie. My son and daughter-in-law like it here, but I find it a bit bleak. I'd like more people, Hello, Denise. I'd like more people, more scenery. Oh, look at that. Yarn bath. I really haven't. And I've crocheted about 4 different shawls, and this has been the worst one. Oh, well, it's the same with Fleetwood. I mean, Fleetwood used to be nice. It used to be a fishing boat town. There used to be the ferries used to go from here to the Isle of Man and everywhere, but it's gone downhill now. Yeah. Um, there's no industry really. Oh, right. You going? Okay, Anna. I'll see you later. Thanks for calling in. Oh, I don't like Blackpool. I really do not like Blackpool. I know everybody else likes it, but I don't. Yeah. Apparently, it was a big dispute years ago that who was to pay for the dredging. And because they didn't pay from the dredging, it meant that the ferries couldn't come into Fleetwood anymore and the big fishing boats couldn't come in either. So everything just died a death, yeah. Your daughter-in-law comes from Blackpool, so I just don't like Blackpool. I mean, I know there's some nice bits of Blackpool, but I'm just not a fan. you know. You had a multi-Irish. I don't like tea. I know Tracy drinks biscuit tea and different teas, but I'm just not into tea. I know I'm a Lancastrian and I'm supposed to be into tea. I was brought up drinking tea. My mother couldn't understand why I went off tea, but when I was pregnant, the smell of tea made me heave. And I've just never drunk it since. As soon as my son's like 52, is he? 53, something like that. 1969, he was born, work it out. Um, I've never drunk it since. I've tried. I've tried all the fruity teas. I've tried all the other teas. And I've just tried. I'm sick of buying boxes of tea and giving them away. Because I try it once or twice and then I don't like it anymore. Oh dear. Betsy, do you have a minute? Let us know what you think. No, I don't want to let you know what I think because I might be rude. Oh dear. I was getting desperate. I was even thinking of starting my Etsy shop up again, and that must be desperate if I'm doing that. After they take so much money off you. But I'm getting desperate. I need to sell this stuff. I'm getting fed up of it being in a shed. As I said before, we're going to get an 11-year-old. We're going to get him in charge. Put him in charge of our. He can be our marketing manager. Oh dear, I'm absolutely clueless when it comes to sales. I used to sell a lot through Etsy, but Etsy's got greedy, so I'm just really reluctant to go back to them. But it might be my only way. But it upsets me when I see people selling things for hundreds of dollars and I can't even get a quarter of that over here. I tasted pumpkin spice once. That was enough for me. It was awful. But I couldn't even finish the cup of coffee. Couldn't finish it. I've done craft fairs. They're very hit and miss. But bear in mind, I only do my craft fairs in like the local church, Methodist church. I've never really done a big one. There was a big one in Blackpool, um, but it was like £20 for a stall. And I went just to have a look round and I was sat talking to a lady, and there was absolutely, the footfall was tremendous. Loads and loads and loads of people going through. But the only person I ever saw that was selling anything was the lady that was doing macrame. She had macrame kits and she was doing a bomb. But nobody else was selling anything. Yeah. There was people there selling clothing, people there selling handbags. I mean, I would have bought if there'd have been some sweets because I'm a sucker for sweeties or cakes or something, but there wasn't any of that. Yeah. It's the thing is, Denise, I'm competing with people. It's the postage. It's not that I'm charging a lot for what I actually make because I don't make hardly anything on what I make. It's just the flipping postage. I don't know how you cope, Tracy, with your money. Perhaps your stuff isn't heavy, is it, when you send it to America? Everything, every time I sent anything, it was about £20 for, to send anything to America. And it means you can't compete, with people selling things in America to Americans. Yeah. It makes my stuff seem really, really expensive. Oh, ring your bell. Ding, ding. I go to a singing group And when everybody's chattering and she can't make everybody stop to start singing something else, she's got a little bell and she goes, ding! No, I mean, the first one I went to, I hardly sold anything at all. The last one I did sell 2 cardigans, funnily enough, but it was only because a lady had sort of pre-ordered them before I even got there, yeah. So that wasn't too bad because I knew she was going to buy them. But I'm not taking any of my garments with me this time. I'm just going to take smaller things. I'm sharing the store with a friend of mine, and she's making some like Christmassy type ornament things. So I've just been making some. We've made some shawls, but um, just making smaller things. Yeah. Or maybe I should have a mystery box. See what you get if you get a cardigan, if you get a shawl. Maybe I should have a. Oh, my menopause was so long ago, Enid, I forgot. Don't forget, I was 33 when I had a hysterectomy, so it was a long, long time ago since I had my menopause. I remember doing a lot of shouting at the time and being very fiery tempered. I remember that. I remember throwing my ex-husband's dinner at him once, and I threw a knife at him another time because he just got me nerves, yeah. Sadly, none of them hit him, and I had to clean the wall when his dinner hit the wall, yeah. You never got your birthday, Roxanne's? Oh, Z's very forgetful. She's got a lot on her mind with this new baby coming, yeah. Oh, if men had to go through it, my God, we'd never hear the last of it, would we? If men had to do that, the mental pause, yeah. She made a video. She went to see The Nightmare Before Christmas or something. She's put a video up today. Z. Um, oh, yeah, you can blame the menopause for a lot of things. When I wanted to throw things at my ex-husband, I blamed it on that, yeah. Even though I was well past it when I threw things at it. Straw, dear. Yeah, she suffers with. I have arthritis. I call it Arthur, but she's got the rheumatoid arthritis, which makes her hands swell up. Yeah, mine swell up. My fingers swollen at the moment, and my fingers go round in corners. They go round a circle. Yeah, but you just keep on going, don't you? Do you know I've never been that hot? I wouldn't mind being that hot. Maybe I should try to go through the menopause now. Yeah, I have not got rheumatoid arthritis. I've got arthritis, which is kind of different. Yeah, it's still painful, but oh, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I've got the heat. I've got the central heating on. Shh, don't tell the family. We're supposed to be conserving it after the last bill we got. Oh, I've got lazy-itis since I moved here. Somebody put on one of my videos, why on earth did you move from that lovely house? Well, I moved, A, because it was costing me too much money, because it was a massive house, and B, because I kept falling down the flipping stairs, yeah. Which is a bit, what's it, isn't it? You keep falling down the stairs. The house sort of lost its appeal a bit when I kept banging my head everywhere. And, oh, who cares whether your husband's freezing to death? Tell him to put his pajamas on. Oh, why don't you move to England then if you like cold weather? You'd love it up here. You get freezing. The wind that comes off the sea, it's like, cuts you like a knife. I'm like, why did we move here? You're sick of warm weather? Oh my goodness. I'd love to have some warm weather. We never even got that heat wave up here. The wind from the sea stops it, you see. We're about 5 houses away from the seafront, and it's blinking freezing. You think Enid's mad at you because you can't see what she writes? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she is, Denise. Jane, I don't think she is. I know sometimes it boots people out, and people say, "Why did you boot me out?" And I'm like, "I didn't boot you out. It just happens." It just boots people out for no reason whatsoever. It's just one of them thingies. It's like when you find you're not subscribed to somebody you thought you were subscribed to. You should go up to Alaska, Enid. It should be nice and cold up there. I can never understand why Seta moved to Alaska when she used to live down south. I know YouTube's going weird. The other week it told me that my video wasn't suitable or something, but I could inquire. So I inquired and I said, "Why? What's not suitable about it?" I said, "I don't, there's no swearing on it, no nothing on it." And then they said, "Oh, it's been manually checked and there's nothing wrong with it." I'm like, "Well, why did you say it wasn't suitable? Why did you ban me?" I don't have anything controversial and there was no music on it or anything. And yet it told me that it had been stopped or something because it was unsuitable. And I'm like, oh, it's weird, YouTube. And yet they let, what do you call it, people put comments on, for porno sites. They let people do that, even though I keep reporting them and reporting them. They let them put them on. And yet they tell me my video's unsuitable. I said to them, yeah. I said, "You let pornographic comments come on my videos. Why don't you stop them?" They usually put them on overnight, when I'm in bed, and then I get up in the morning, I'm like, "What?" And I'm thinking, I hope, nobody's seen them and thinks that, I allow them to be put on there. But I'm sure most people know me anyway. But like, when I think about it, like if they happen overnight, it's when in America's watching me. And I don't want them thinking that I'm allowing those kind of comments. I wish we had some trees, Jeannie. I've got trees in my back garden, but that's about it. There's a very lack of green around here. Oh, goodness. The trolls, yeah. They don't bother me anymore, to be honest, Kaz. I mean, if they come on, they call me this and that and the other. I just find it funny because it's just silly. I didn't realise it was so cold here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have moved here. I want to go back to Prestwich where it's warmer. I know. I miss my tree. I miss my privets. I miss my back porch thing that I had, my decking. And I miss the church bells and the birds that used to sing in the tree. I loved my back garden, but I just couldn't stay. I mean, with all the hikes of the energy now, it would have been too expensive for me to stay. And it wasn't like I could shut the rooms off because it was all like walking through. It would have been hard, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, mine was like I said, stopped. Said it was unsuitable. Yeah, but yeah, they don't compensate you for the people that you've lost. I mean, not that I get any money really anyway, but um, yeah. Well, some people have got music on, and I did a video on that Tram Sunday, and there was music going on in the background, and I got it stopped because they said it was a copyright of the music. I'm like, it was a parade. I couldn't help, you know, there was music on in a parade. Yeah, how would they get away with music? Because I only have little. I never have music, but sometimes this music finds its way in the background. You know, if you go in a store, they've always got that music on at the background, so it means you can't film in a store, doesn't it? So, so I don't know how they get away with it. Hello, I've got a message. Ah, they're monetized through a network and not through YouTube. Oh, you see, me no understand it. Yeah, I don't understand stuff like that. You're more with it than me. What's my phone whinging at me for? What does it say? Oh, somebody's asking me. I've got to. They've just seen me waves, and it's saying, "Am I still in Manchester?" No, because Manchester doesn't have ocean. We've got the ship canal in Manchester, but I don't think that counts. It doesn't get any tide. Yeah. No, Miguel. No, I haven't seen Miguel for. It comes in now and again. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. When you go in a store, you can't help it if they're playing music, can you? And I mean, they've obviously paid for the rights to have the music playing in the store. Because I know when I used to work for part time at Asda Walmart, they had to pay to, put carols on and stuff like that in the store. So, the people who own the music are being paid anyway, aren't they? So, but I can remember years back watching a woman. She's not on YouTube anymore now. And she worked, I think, in somewhere like a laundrette or something. And the music used to be blaring in the background so loud because I used to feel like saying to her, I can't hear what you're saying because of the music. If it's your music, turn it down a bit. Are you feeling sick or something, Nathan? All right. Nice to see you, Tracy. I'm glad you popped in. Say hello to everybody. I keep talking about saying to everybody, go and see Tracy, go and see Tracy. You're one of the few people that I mentioned, Tracy. I only mentioned about 3 or 4 people. Oh, it's dollar signs. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was you being sick. I thought you were sticking your tongue out being sick. I can't see that well, Nathan. You have to excuse me. I don't get my eye appointment till the 31st of October. And they still haven't told me what they've found. Whether it's me going weird or what. You think they'd tell you, wouldn't they? They found something untoward with my eyes at my diabetic eye appointment. And they won't tell me what it is. So I've got to go. I had to wait till the 31st of October. And then they'll probably say to me, why have you come? And I'll go, I don't know. You tell me why I've come. Because I don't know why I've come. Oh, this splitty wool. I'll be glad when I've finished it. I even tried changing my hook to a plastic hook, thinking it was that. But I've crocheted all the other shawls without any problem. I think it's just this ball. I've got a rogue ball. They're stranded, if you can see. So when you're crocheting with it, you leave one of the strands behind sometimes. I've got a little stitch marker in one of them there because I wasn't going back. The stitch is split. So I'm going to have to do a bit of darning. Can you see how the stitch is split there? But I'm not going back. The rows are quite long now, so I'm not pulling it back. If it had been a short row, I would have pulled it back, but I'm not. It'll have to have a bit of cosmetic embroidery, as I used to say. 2, 4, 6. I can't even count to 10 these days. You left a message saying you're going to need it, or you are going to need it, or what? What you're saying you're not going to need it, or you are going to need it? Oh yeah, because you're not diabetic anymore. Yeah, I mean, you still might be as well to go. You know, just let them have a look at your eyes, make sure there is nothing wrong with them. Enid, Jane says she's not mad at you if you can't see her, or she can't hear you or see your comments. I know you don't need it, but you never know. It's better to have your eyes looked at, isn't it? Unless you've already been to the opticians, yeah? If you're wondering why it's quiet, the family are not in. They've gone visiting friends and taken the dogs. So I'm all on my own here until tea time tomorrow. You're probably still classed as diabetic until your diabetic nurse says you're not, yeah? Have you been to see your diabetic nurse? As she said you're not diabetic anymore. Once a diabetic, always a diabetic, Nathan. You might put weight on and you might get it back again. Shh, don't say that. If you keep nibbling treats, you will be. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah. I've been nibbling treats, so I've got to be good tomorrow. I was eating rich tea biscuits before, but they're a bit crunchy, so I'm not eating anymore. Besides which, I haven't got any coffee left to dunk them in now. Oh, I keep singing that song, Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran. It's going in my head. That and the Muppets song. Well, life's a happy song. It's funny how you get a song stuck in your head, don't you? It's been the Muppets all day in my head. I was even singing it to myself going down the seafront. And then I heard Ed Sheeran singing Bad Habits, and that's stuck in my head now. But he's not put it out on an LP yet. And I refuse to buy singles because they cost too much. You know, you can pay as much for a single as you can for a CD, you know, a proper CD. Yeah, there's two things I like of his and neither of them. Well, she obviously didn't write it down, did she, Nathan? I keep getting these memos saying I need my fourth COVID jab, and I just don't want it. I'm not right after the third one. That's when I got the cough. It might be a bit of a coincidence, but I got that terrible cough after the third one. I might have been going to get it anyway. Jane, you remind me of Peter Kay. It's a cake of cheese. Oh, my light's flashing. Stop it. Well, perhaps you didn't write the notes up. You know what they're like. They keep telling me they've not got me notes yet from the other doctor's surgery, and I've been here nearly 2 years. My other surgery's insisting that they sent them. And this new surgery is saying that they've never got them. So who's telling pork pies? I don't know. 24680. Oh, I am fed up with this. I'm fed up of making shawls, and I've got loads and loads of yarn I've got to use. It'll get used up eventually. I'm supposed to be making headbands. But that chunky wool I bought, it's really thick. Ghosts. Woo. Hello, only me. Yeah, everything's not too bad. Oh, it's split again. Apart from my wool splitting, everything's fine. I'm getting rather frustrated with this ball of cotton because it's splitting. Apart from that, everything's fine. I shall be just so glad when I finish this shawl because it's driving me loopy. I think it's putting me off my crochet. Like I was saying, those balls of chunky I bought, they're more like super chunky. I bought them to make headbands, and even though I'm on a 6mm hook, they're so thick. I'm struggling it needs a bigger hook, yeah. You've got cheesecake in the fridge shaped like a pie. I've never been able to get the recipe. When my brother got married, bear in mind we're talking about 1970 or something, somebody had made for the buffet a cheesecake, but it was cake. It was cheesecake, but it was proper cake. It wasn't, a layer of biscuits and whatever, like cheesecake is. It was cake, but it was cheesecake, and it was gorgeous. And I've tried to find the recipe ever since. Not that I bake anymore then, but... Well, my snacks and nibbles are... I had some tea biscuits, which I haven't eaten. But I went to Marks and Spencer's, and they're called mini whips. They are like walnut whips without the walnut. I suppose it's because of people with a nut allergy. You feel the same way? Your platelets dropped. Now, think seriously that you don't. I'm a great believer in positive thinking. It could be infection. Your plates drop with infection, don't they? If your platelets drop. You could have some infection going on somewhere in your body that you don't know. Yeah. Think positive until they tell you negative. Yeah. The little miniature walnut. Well, they're not walnut whips. They've got no walnut, but they're just like the whips. Yeah. But I don't like the walnut anyway. My family used to love when the walnut whips had the walnut on the top, because they knew I would always take the walnut off and put it on the top. And then they had a phase where they put the walnut inside. Well, if it was cheese pie, it would be like cheese and honey. It would be like a savoury pie, wouldn't it? So that's why it's not called cheese pie. Because cheese pie is pastry, isn't it, with cheese inside, or cheese and onion inside. So that's why it's not called cheese pie. It's like, why is mince pie called mince pie? It's not mince meat, is it? It's mince. Why? Why is it? It's fruit, isn't it? And yet it's called a mince pie. Who knows? I don't like nuts of any description. I used to eat nuts when I was a child, but I was just saying before, Jeannie, that I've not been well since my third COVID jab, and now they want to give me the fourth. So I'm a bit hesitant. It might have been a coincidence, but that blooming cough I've had forever and a day. No, I used to eat nuts when I was little because they taste different. Nowadays, they taste all dried up and awful. I don't know what they do to nuts these days. I used to like monkey nuts, you know, the ones that are still in the shell, the ones that you open up. I don't like peanuts because they coat them in something, and half the time they're salted or they roast them. If they're not salted, they're roasted. I only like them when they're raw, like the ones you give the birds, yeah. They're the only ones I'll eat. But I used to eat, I don't know. You'd have to ask Nathan. I mean, I'm old. That's why I get my flu jab. I'm old. But there are certain medical conditions why you get a flu jab. But I think it's more to do with your breathing. I know asthmatics do, don't they? Asthmatics get them. All flu jabs are free anyway if you qualify. But I'm elderly, so I don't know. And my niece had one, but then she's with children because she's a teacher. So I think she qualifies on the grounds that she might pass it on to the kid. Oh, I had a racking cough. You know what I was like, Jeannie? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've never been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. It's been hinted at, but it's never been diagnosed. So I can't say that I've got it or I haven't. Yeah. Hello, Mrs. Yukon Cornelius. Oh, I saw that Bag of Day's latest video. Yeah, very, very open work, isn't it? It might be all right in thicker yarn. I don't know whether it'd be okay in this tin yarn that I'm using. Unless I used a smaller hook, of course, yeah. When I had to pay for my prescriptions, I used to get one of those yearly ones. Yeah, it's very open work, so if it's a fine thread, I think it might be a little bit open work for what I'm working with at the minute. I might try it when I'm using some thicker yarn, yeah. Yeah, I used to get a yearly prescription, Nathan, when I had to pay. But surely you don't pay anyway. God, it used to cost me a fortune at the chemist, or it would have done if I hadn't have had a yearly prescription. You're doing it in a 3-weight yarn. This is probably like lace weight. This is very fine. So I think it might be a bit too fine to do that particular shawl. Yeah, I used to get about 9 different things with each month, so that's why I used to pay for a yearly prescription. It was a lot of money, but it was cheaper than paying every month. The last one I got, though, I only got 6 months because I couldn't get 3 months, if you know what I mean. Because then I went on to free ones, but I I still had to pay for 6 months because they didn't do 3 ones. Robinson's crushed lime and mint. Oh, I've not tried that one. They're nice, those chocolates, but they're a bit sickly. A little bit on the sickly side. I don't think I could eat many. I think one every now and again I could eat. I have to pull that off. Look at that, it's making me itch. I'm really peculiar with some fabrics. You know, look at that, I've got red marks on my neck. Velcro makes me itch. Wool makes me itch. I'm just a weirdo. Now I've taken that off, my neck will start to hurt, but never mind. I'm crocheting so slow. I want to do something quick. I want to do a quick fix crochet, you know. One of those that you just rattle off in no time. And yet I'm supposed to be doing things for me. Craft fair. I've got so much stuff anyway. I don't know why I'm bothering. It's not like you're going to sell a load of stuff, is it? She did get her garden sorted, sort of, I think. But now it's bad weather, isn't it? Now it'll be going into hibernation again. The only good thing is the grass stops growing a bit, doesn't it, when it gets to this time of year? I need to go in my shed. I've not been in there for over a week. I just hope the mouse hasn't gone in there. They might think it's warm in there and go in there. I need to go and check. But when it's wet and you've got to squelch your way across the grass, you don't really feel like doing it, do you? I need some wellies. Need to buy some Wellingtons. I didn't bother bringing me wellies. I got rid of them because I thought, oh, I'm never going to need wellies again. Huh. I should get a pair because my daughter-in-law, she takes one size bigger than me. So if I got some wellies, we could leave them in the conservatory. I heard the mouse the other night. I heard scratching, but I've not seen it for about a week and a half, actually. So I don't know whether it was me imagining the scratching or not, yeah. I'm all right with boots. I don't wear them out anymore, Cass, because I don't walk, do I? I'm still wearing my ankle boots from about 5 years back. But I don't wear them down because I don't walk. So I still keep putting the same pair of boots on every day. I don't like Blackpool, but there was a lovely shop in Blackpool that had some gorgeous boots when I went last year, but I couldn't justify buying a pair. It was just buying a pair for the sake of buying a pair, if you know what I mean. And they weren't cheap, so I thought, no, I'll leave it. I have ordered another new skirt, though, and I'm hoping it comes a different colour, because you can't really choose with Moonbeams and Mayhem. They have several different colours, and I bought one last year, and it's so lovely and warm. It's like a woolly one, and it goes down to the ground. And I had it on the other day, and I thought, oh my God, I want to wear this every day because I was so warm, much warmer than trousers. Anyway, they had them on the site, but they said they couldn't guarantee which one they were going to send you, you know. It was just like random. Anyway, I put a pretty pleased note on my bill saying I'd bought one last year. And I described, you know, the colours I'd got in that. I said, can I have a different colour, please? So I'm hoping they might take pity on me because I bought one last year, you know. No, mine are just I think they call them Chelsea boots, don't they? They're just plain, like black elastic sides. I think they call them a Chelsea boot. I wear them to death. I wear them every day. Well, every day I go out, I wear them. I didn't in the summer, of course. I wore shoes, but like my skirts are down to the ground, so I can still wear boots. I need to get my Doc Martens out, actually. I've got knee-length Doc Martens with red embroidery on them. They're beautiful. Oh, for my garden, I need some wellies, yeah. I don't know about purple ones, just wellies, yeah. I'm sure if I got some wellies, then my daughter-in-law could wear them. You call them riders? No, we call them Chelsea boots, yeah. They were more fashionable ages ago than what they are kind of now. But I've had those boots about 5 years. But they are so comfy. I used to have another pair. They had like a square toe. But it was when I was walking and the soles went so thin. And I went to the repair shop to see if I could get them repaired. And because they were like a composite or something, he said he couldn't repair them anyway. So I bought other pairs since, but they've not been as comfortable as this pair, and I've given them all away. I've got a pair of leopard skin ones, but they're not very comfy. So I'll get my Doc Martens out. They come halfway up my legs, so they keep my ankles warm. It's just that they're a pain to get on. You know, I have a long shoe home, but they're still a pain to get your legs inside. I've got fat legs. So actually, these Doc Martens are the only ones I can get up my legs. Um, Ordinary boots, even boots for fat legs, don't go up my legs. They're not so bad on my left leg, but on my right leg, I've got lymphedema, and it affects it's swollen, so I can't get a boot on my right leg. I can't get the zips up. Hi, Lydia. I used to have a lovely pair of trainers, and I must have accidentally thrown them away when I moved here because I haven't got them anymore. They were really comfy. They weren't a brand or anything fancy. They were just really comfy white trainers, but they had like a Velcro fastening, and I used to be able to put them on so easily. But don't ask me why. How come they got thrown away? I don't know. I had to break in my Doc Martens. I must admit, the first few times I wore them, I thought, "Oh my God, I've paid a." Well, I didn't pay. They were a birthday Christmas gift from my family because they cost about 125 quid or something. Yeah, I've got the Docs with the roses on. I'd seen them, and they were about. I think they're about 125 at the time. They're dearer now. And I said to my family that, I said, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying it. And then they all said, well, we'll club together and get them for you for your birthday and Christmas if you really want them. So that's when I got them, yeah. No, I had to break these in around the ankle. They sort of grip my ankle a bit tight. But they're all right now. I haven't lost a lot. I'm about 15.5 now. But don't forget, I used to be 18.3. So I have come down a bit. Yeah, I've lost about 3 stone, I think, near enough. I was 18.3 and I'm 15.5 now. I must wear that dress more often then. I like those dresses actually. I've got quite a few of them in different colours. They're just dead plain. I love them because you can dress them up. You can wear some kind of a fancy top over the top of them, or I can wear one of my colourful cardigans. I bought them in every different colour. I've got, grey, red, blue, navy blue, black. I've got them. They're all the same, just round neck and long sleeves, yeah. I haven't lost any more weight. I'm maintaining my weight. I'm not putting any on, but I am not losing any. For the sake of my health, I need to lose more. I really do. Because, it's not doing my knees any good carrying this weight. And it's not doing my back any good carrying this weight either. I watched a great video the other day. There's this guy. It did say Manchester, but I think it might have been Manchester in the US, where he's devoted his gym to people who've got mobility issues, and he works with the people, getting them to do things. And I thought, oh, why don't we have a gym like that here? I couldn't go to a normal gym because I couldn't work on that equipment. But he was working with, people who were disabled, people who had mobility issues, children who had cerebral palsy and stuff like that. And he was working with them, and I thought it was such a good video. And I'm thinking, I'd go to a gym if it was like that. Geared to people who've got mobility issues. Giving you exercises that you can do just to keep you mobile enough. But if I go to a gym, they expect me to do a lot of things that I can't do. I did go one time because I had a cheaper pass to go. The government decided that, like, us elderlies would be better if we went to the gym. But they were just giving me things I just couldn't do. Sticking me on a bike to nowhere, riding and pedaling. I can't do it. I just can't. My knees won't let me do it. But this guy had, people just doing gentle moving about and gentle exercises and stuff like that. And I thought, well, people who have mobility issues would love something like that. But going to a gym, they expect you to be gung ho and, whoa, you can do this, you can do that. I couldn't do any of it. And they're like, well, if you can't do the pedaling, do the hand pedaling. Well, I've got shoulder issues and neck issues. I couldn't do the hand pedaling either. And I certainly couldn't do a sit up because if I got down on the floor, I'd never get up again. Yeah, exactly. We can't do squats. We can't do anything that normal people in a gym do. Oh, yeah, they had me laid down, pushing at things with my knees, like on a weight thing. Like, I couldn't do that either. You just need somebody who's sympathetic to all of what's wrong with you. I'd love to be more mobile than what I am. But I want somebody who would put me through some gentle exercises just to get my mobility going. Not some gung ho, physically fit young man who, thinks I should be able to do handstands, and stuff like that. I just stopped going, and the doctor said, "Why didn't you go?" And I said, "Because they weren't taking me seriously when I kept saying I couldn't do it. And they kept saying, oh, well, just try it, just try." I can't do it. End of story, yeah. Yeah, that's what he was like with me. And you could see he was really bored because he'd been assigned to me. And, like, obviously I wasn't progressing, I wasn't doing anything properly. So he got really bored of me. He's like, oh, you know what you're supposed to do, just go and do it. When I went every week, it was like, oh, just do the same routine you did last week. And I'm like, oh, you're a lot of help, aren't you? You could tell he were bored. He just wanted to work with the ones who were physically fit. There's one here that do some kind of, not armchair, but, and like they do water aerobics here, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'd have to set off from here about 8:15 to get up to the baths, like, for 9 o'clock. And if it were raining and that, I wouldn't want to go, I mean, maybe when I get my other scooter that's got the, the something with the fringe on top, But I mean, the thoughts of going out on a cold, wet morning to go like water aerobic at 9 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it is, it's so much stupid. They always imagine us elderly people get up at crack of dawn, yeah, and we don't. You know, it's like there's one of those, like you say, armchair yoga things, and that starts about 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, if it was 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, that's more. When you're elderly and you have mobility issues, it takes you ages to get around first thing in the morning, get yourself up and get yourself breakfasted and dressed. I mean, yeah, when I was younger and I used to get up for work, yeah, I was up at 6 o'clock then. But not these days, I'm afraid. I like my bed too much. You sing it? Yeah, I was doing that. Somebody said to me, "Are you going to customise your new scooter?" And I kept singing, you know, "I'm going to be scurry with the fringe on the top." Yeah, chair yoga. If it wasn't so flipping early in the morning, Joy, I would go. I don't go anywhere for 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, defrost it. I definitely have to defrost. You know, especially nowadays where the heating doesn't come on. I don't like getting up when it's cold. I lie in my bed. I can be awake and I'm thinking I'll get up in a minute. I'll get up and it's warmed up. Because we don't have the heating on first thing in the morning. When I lived on my own, the heating used to be on. So I didn't mind getting up because it was warm. You go in the bathroom when it's nice and warm. Here the bathroom's freezing. But what can you do? It's the heating costs, isn't it? Everything's going up, up, up. So you can't. I've got the heating on now, but I'll have to turn it off before I go to bed. I'm drying washing. That's my excuse. I've got washing on radiators drying. So I'm doing twofold. I'm warming me and I'm drying me washing at the same time because I'm not putting the tumble dryer on, am I? It's awful when you have to think before you can do things these days. I mean, I never used to think about my heating bills. Never. I always paid them on time. I never was afraid to put my heating on. But now you're thinking, oh my God, how much is it going to cost? I mean, I had a great big 3-bedroomed house, but it was a warmer house than this is. I used to get sunshine, and so I never needed heat as I do here. When my logs arrive next week, I'll have the log fire going. We've ordered a big consignment of them. Well, we're saying a big consignment. We don't know what we get for the money. We'll have to see. Um, then I won't be afraid of lighting the fire. I was freezing this afternoon, so I went out. I know it sounds daft, I went out in the cold. But like even going out in the cold and getting battered to bits, it was warmer than sitting in a cold house. I'm going to sneeze. Unlike Tracy, I can't stop the video. 2, 4, 6, 8. I've only got 9. Oh, there you go, 10. Tracy sneezes a lot. She's always having to stop a video. Yes, well, I don't know about the rest of the house. I don't bother about that. It warms me. It warms the lounge and it warms the hall. And apparently it does waft upstairs if I don't close the door. Yeah. But I haven't lit it tonight. I was lazy. We need some more firelighters anyway. I mean, they laid it for me, but there wasn't much wood, and it's been raining, so I think the wood outside would have been damp, even though my son's built a wood shed thing. But I'm waiting to see what these logs arrive on Wednesday. I'm out on Monday. I might be out on Tuesday. I don't know. It depends. If the hall was singing and it's cold, I am not stopping. I am not getting cold. Yeah, we have central heating, but it's costing so much to put that on. I've got it on tonight. Excuse me. I never used to be bothered about putting central heating on. It used to be on all the time when I was at home. My son said I have to keep calling my old house home. But it was home for 52 years. So I still think of it as home. And it was a much warmer house. It was very well insulated and it stayed warm and I had a lot of sunshine. I never get any sunshine in this lounge. It never, doesn't matter how warm it is outside, the sun never shines in this lounge. We're in the process of swapping everything around. I think I told you last week, we haven't done it yet. Well, we've done part of it, but we're going to be using the conservatory as the lounge in the winter, in the mornings, because the sun does come in there and it's quite warm. It's a lot warmer than in here. So I'm going to start sitting in there. But at the moment, we've moved all the furniture out. We're looking for some chairs at the minute. I'm all right. I've got my chair in there. I've got another chair that reclines, so I'm okay. But the rest of them, I've got nothing to sit on. And we've got little tiny electric kind of radiator heaters in there that you could put on quite low. But it's always warmer in there. I usually dry my washing in there. I just dried my washing in the hall today because it's I know my son says don't be cold, but it's hard when you're thinking about how much it's going to cost. I mean, I will give them, because we pay all the bills together now. I will give them my winter fuel allowance when it comes in. I don't know whether I qualify for any more than what I get. I get is it 200? I think I get November, December. But I don't know whether I'll get any extra. I've lost track of what they promised us. They say we're going to get extra, but only if you're this, that, and the other, and I don't know whether I qualify. Because I live with other people. If I lived on my own, I probably would get more, but I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see what turns up. Wait and see. But that will help a lot with the bill if I do get more than the 200. When I get a £10 bonus, what will that buy you? It's not gone up since I retired at 60. We got a £10 bonus at Christmas when I retired at 60, and I'm almost 77, and it's still only a £10 bonus. Now, come on. I mean, £10 17 years ago was worth something. I don't know what I'm getting, Kaz. I don't like asking in case they take anything off me. In case they think, oh, well, you're living in a house with other people now. You don't qualify anymore, so I'm frightened of opening my mouth. So I'll see what turns up. As I say, that extra £10 bonus. Whoa! It'll buy me, what, maybe 2 coffees, will it? I mean, at one time, £10 17 years ago would have bought me my Christmas dinner. Something's popping. Oh, no, it's my candle. I can hear a popping noise. Yeah, I mean, now what will £10 buy you? Not much, will it? 2 coffees. Or, like you say, 1 crochet magazine. But, I mean, they should have put it up. Come on, It hasn't risen in 17 years, your Christmas bonus. It's a bit much, isn't it? I know, it's just, I feel sorry for people who are in rented accommodation and the landlord sets what the bill, the meter is, because then the landlord's going to get this money and not the person who's actually paying, which I think is wrong. I know somebody inquired and it's their landlord who'll get the money, not them, which is a bit wrong because he sets the pace of the gas. I mean, I've heard of people who keep putting money in and it's whizzing round because he set what its tariff is. No, I didn't get that. I wasn't on the right kind of benefits. I didn't. I know I'm going to get the 200 in November, but I didn't qualify for a cost of living payment. You have to be on certain benefits. I thought I might get it because I'm on DLA, but I'm only on DLA for mobility. I'm not on DLA for other reasons. So mobility doesn't count the same as proper DLA. I don't know. I don't qualify for much these days by the sound of it, Kaz. No, I didn't get that. It's probably because I share a house now. I think you've got to be on your own or you've got to be living with somebody else who's in the same circumstances as yourself, etc., etc. They have loopholes. They get around everything these days. If somebody else is working in the household, you don't get it, and there's all reasons. Because my son works part time, so that counts as a wage coming in, doesn't it? An income coming in. My daughter-in-law gets a pension, but she's too young for her old age pension, so she doesn't qualify for a lot of things because she's got a private pension. She doesn't get her old age pension for another few years yet. They have loopholes for everything, Kaz. Believe me. When you read it all, the small print, you don't qualify if it's this, you don't qualify if it's that. Yeah. And if you already get the money, you're not supposed to claim because they're supposed to automatically send it to you. So maybe I'll get more. Maybe I'll get more than 200. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I don't live on my own anymore now. I did before. I could have claimed it before when I lived on my own. But now I share a house, so it's different. If you share a house, you've got to share a house with people who are retired or over 80 or something or other. I don't know. People who are not working. It's all complicated, Jane. They'll do anything to get out of paying you, believe me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Some people get everything. Other people get struggle. I know people that claim every single penny and they're not really entitled to it. Oh, they probably warm a room, don't they? They can't afford to. Can you imagine living in a castle? It is, yeah, because we share the gas and electric, yeah. We do get a concession, apparently, on the bill because I have an electric scooter and I also, both me and my son, have CPAP machines and they're classed as essential medical equipment, yeah. So we do get a concession on the electric because of that, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't like to own a really big house. Yeah, we do have gas. We've got gas central heating. But we did a survey of how much electric we're using, and we're using far too much. We switched a load of stuff off now. Apparently, if you switch things off that are on standby, you save a lot. So I switch off everything at the wall when I'm not using it now. The Masked Dancer has unmasked too. Who cares? Don't watch it. Who wants to know who's in the Masked Dancer? I couldn't care less. I haven't watched it and don't watch it and won't watch it. Because when they take their hats off, I probably won't. I didn't get the 150, no. I didn't get that. No, we have gas for the water and the central heating. Our electric, because we're running two households really with the electric, we've got upstairs, downstairs in my lady's chamber, haven't we? So, no, I didn't get the £150. For whatever reason, I didn't get it. DLA is in sections, Nathan. If you only get it for your mobility, it doesn't count for a lot of things. If you get DLA because you need help and you have somebody to look after you, etc., then it counts for more. But DLA for mobility doesn't count for much in the way of benefits. It's like I had it explained to me once when I inquired about something, why I couldn't get something. It's like the poor relation of DLA. Oh, bye, Joy. Enjoy wherever you're going. Oh, they don't need the money, Kaz, do they? Come on. I certainly wouldn't give anything to Harry. Let him stand on his own 2 feet and earn his own crust. Why should he get money for nothing? He's already got his mother's inheritance. And they say that his father still pays him something, even though he calls him from out to burn. Yeah, he walked away from everything, and that's the way he wants to play it. Then let him earn his own money. Should get himself a job, shouldn't he? Like everybody else would have to. He's not prepared to work for the royalty, then he's not entitled to any money. End of story. Disinherit him. It always passes down the male side anyway. You know, Althorpe House would pass through the male side. I don't think Diana would have had a sniff at it. If he wants to be on his own, Jane, let him be on his own. I have no sympathy. If it was my son and he walked away from all his responsibilities, then bye, you're gone. You're on your own, lad. Look after yourself and your family. No, no sympathy. have his cake and eat it. Hi, Melly. That's what he wants. He wants the money, but he doesn't want any of the responsibilities. Hi, Magali. Oh, stop thinking about that Muppet song. I'm still singing the Muppet song in my head. Life's a happy time. I wish I could get to the end of this yellow. Get to the brown bit. I'd feel as though I was getting a bit further on. I don't see why the chemist can't prescribe some of the lesser things. You know, if you've got a cough or a cold or a sore throat, I don't see why the chemist can't prescribe you something. If you go in any other country in the world, you can buy the antibiotics and stuff over the counter. I mean, my son, when he was in Spain, he used to be able to buy his asthma inhalers. He didn't have to go to the doctors to get a prescription. He used to be able to buy them. I mean, I think if you've got like a chronic condition, sort of, say epilepsy or something, that you have the same drug month after month after month. It could be, but then, you know, there could be the same sort of system, couldn't it, where the chemist will only. It's all done by computerized now, so you couldn't go from chemist to chemist to chemist, could you? You know, it would be all on computer that one chemist has prescribed them for you. It would be there. You know, it's all a centralized system these days. So, you know, I mean, say people who have epileptic drugs every single month or whatever, you know, you think that the chemist should be able to, you know, reissue the prescription. I mean, like me, I have the same drugs every month. Nothing changes. And yet I have to get them from the chemist, get them from the doctor, who gives the prescription, who gives it to the chemist. And then I've got to wait 2 days for it to get to the chemist. And I've got to wait 2 days from the chemist to prescribe it. So I've got to remember to order them at least 4 days before I need them, which is a bit annoying at times, especially if there's a bank holiday or something in between. And if you try to ring up and order them too early, they say, oh, they're not due yet. And you're like, oh. You know, they're really hot on it, like, you know, oh, you're not due. They can't prescribe them. You should still have a few days left. I'm like, yeah, it takes you 4 days to get them to me. Our chemist is useless. Absolutely useless. But all the other chemists are quite a distance away, and I'm thinking, bad weather, you know, cold, snow. Oh, look, I've not stitched it up. Oh, got a hole. It's not a hole, it's just where I haven't stitched up there. I haven't stitched up under the arm. I'll have to do that. I've still got a bit of yarn left somewhere. Oh, that'd be nice, Jeannie. I wish ours would. I have to go out. I mean, people are always saying, oh, get the ones where they send them to you by the post, but, you know, our post's a bit iffy. And say the post goes on strike. I mean, you know, your pills could be anywhere, couldn't they? I mean, I ordered some necklaces, some wooden necklaces, and she swears blind she sent them to me. They never arrived. I mean, she did give me a refund in the end, but where they went, I don't know. Either she didn't send them or they're completely lost in the post. I've got a feeling she didn't send them, but that's by the by. I could get my prescriptions delivered, but they don't tell you when they're coming. They don't give you a time. They don't even give you a day. So if you're not in, they won't leave them anywhere. You need to refresh, Jeannie, if you've lost sound. Hello there, Rick. How you doing? The candle's making popping noises. It must be on its way out. Perhaps I should blow it out. It's not Ben, it's Rick, Jane. Ben's the fun fair guy. Oh, you got back from seeing your date? The same date that you... Yeah, or a different one? I'm losing track. Yeah, Ben was Northwest Fun Fair. He hasn't been on for a bit, actually. Oh, the same one. Oh, I'm glad you've made it up then. Oh, excuse me. That candle's getting on my nerves now. Yeah, this one's got a wooden wick. This candle that's popping, making strange popping noises. Oh my giddy aunt. Yawn, yawn, yawn. I've got to get up in the morning and all. I've got to put the slow cooker on. My daughter-in-law's left everything ready in the slow cooker, ready for me to switch it on. I don't know where I got this from. It's probably somewhere like B&M or something like that. It wasn't anywhere posh. Yeah, they're scented, yeah. That one's flickering. Can you see it? It's struggling. You're into the potato chips. That's the best way to do it, Rick. Take it slow. Not that I've got a relationship to speak about anymore. But if I did have one, I would take it very slow. I didn't know it was a wooden wick until I bought it, only me. I realised it was wooden when I come to light it. Oh, I'm getting so fed up with this show. So fed up. I can't smell this one actually, although when I go out and come back in the room, I'll be able to smell it. But sort of when you're in the room with it on, It doesn't seem to smell for some strange reason. Oh, I hope not. I've got an awful feeling they will, but we've been through them before, haven't we? We managed last time. At least we'll be warm, won't we? There won't be power cuts with my log fire. I might not be able to see anything. I might need candles, but I haven't read mine yet, Lydia. I've got it, but I haven't read it yet. I've been reading the book about the stash. People making some really funny comments about the excuses they make for having a stash. I tried wax melts, but I found that some of them were a bit horrible smelling. Maybe I got the wrong ones, yeah. Yeah, my son's trying to get one. We can't get anybody to come and give us a quote. Everybody wants a log burner. We've asked 2 people to come and they haven't turned up. They don't seem to want. I had to wait weeks for this one. We ordered it when we first moved in, and that was in December, and we didn't get it till about March, I think. They were backed up then, even back then. That was 2019, 2020, yeah. But we couldn't get one then. I've got a couple of Yankee candles, but they're only them midgety things, yeah. I'm very funny because some of the candles, some of the ones you buy from the cheaper stores, they smell awful. I like vanilla or things like that. I got a couple from Avon. They didn't smell of anything. They were very pathetic. Oh no, the joss sticks, they burn out too quick, don't they? I'm like that with perfume, Chris. I prefer aftershave. You went to see the new order last night. I know who they are, but they wouldn't be on my list of favourites. But then I'm old, so I wouldn't know, Rick. And to be honest, I'm quite tight. I wouldn't pay the prices to see live shows these days. When they start wanting about £60 for a ticket, they're like, that lets me right out. I wanted to go and see Old Evo, but there was £200 for a ticket. I thought, no, I shall just listen to them on CD instead. Yeah, it was when I still lived in Manchester. Mind you, they didn't come in the end because it was COVID. It was before he died, the other one died. But it was COVID that stopped them coming to Manchester. But they wanted 200 and something pound for a ticket. And I thought, what if you can't see them very well? What if your seat's like not a good one? Oh, I know the Pet Shop Boys, I know them. But I still wouldn't pay a lot to see them. Not at the same time, though, I presume, Rick. No, I haven't been to any live shows for ever such a long time. I think I'm tight. I refuse to part with me with that kind of money. Oh, I'm getting so fed up with this show. I'm stopping when I get to the end of this row. Oh, I've seen Mamma Mia, the films. I've seen them both, but not the musical. And I've been to Ski Athos and seen where they filmed it all. But I didn't climb all the steps to the church. That was a bit past me. Oh, God, no. I've not seen a pantomime since. I took Irene to one when he was little and he didn't like it, so. I've been to see Funny Girls once this last time. I wouldn't want to go again, but I've been. I didn't like it that much that I would want to go again. My son didn't like pantomimes. I hate the circus now. I wouldn't mind seeing the Circus Soleil, where they're all acrobatics, isn't it? And high wires and trapezes. Cirque du Soleil, yeah. Yeah, they came to Manchester, the Cirque du Soleil. But I didn't go because I'm tight and I wouldn't pay the ticket price. When I was younger, I used to go and see shows and stuff. Oh, the candle's beginning to smell horrible now. It must be getting right to the end. I'm going to go and blow it out when I finish this row. I don't like clowns. I don't find them funny. I don't like slapstick. My dad used to love slapstick type comedy on the telly, and I never did. I just don't find it funny. My dad used to howl laughing, at Abbott and Costello and that. But I used to watch them with him, obviously, but I never really cared for them. They weren't my thing. Oh no, no, I don't. No, I don't like clowns. Do you remember those glass clowns that everybody had at one time? They were made like out of blown glass, and everybody seemed to have one in the window. You have a trend, like everybody had that painting of that mushy Asian woman with a green face, yeah. Bit like the stag at bay. I've got a stag, but it's not the stag at bay. I've got him on the wall there. My elephant's finished up on the wall, if you can see him, above the fireplace. I got those last Christmas, I think. Oh, Capitamonte, it wanted blooming dusting. It was so fragile. Every time you dusted it, you knocked somebody's hand off. Uh, yeah, but they used to collect the dirt, didn't they? They were like dirt collectors at Capo di Monte. Oh, grass stripy fish. Everybody had one of them, didn't they, as well? Or it used to be Diana the Huntress, or am I older than you? She used to be there, didn't she, with her dogs? That was in everybody's window bottom. Diana the Hunter. Or those two dogs that, oh God, they used to be like tan coloured dogs. They're probably worth a fortune now. Oh Lord, I don't like loads of dolls everywhere. I have got, one of those reborn things, but not on view. My reborn doll is in the shed in a box. God, it's really blowing a gale down the chimney now. God, I can hear it going boom, boom. I've still got the brandy glass, but I never had a mouse. I've still got it. It was a wedding present, and it's still in my glass cabinet there. It's in turquoise, but it never had a mouse. It never did. It's not that I brought the mouse, it never had a mouse. I think it was a wedding present, either that or I bought it myself. I can't remember. And I used to love my imitation oil lamp as well. Well, actually, it wasn't an imitation. It would have burned if I'd have put oil in it. But I used to have it at the top of the stairs on the landing window bottom, and I knocked it off and broke it. Everybody had them, didn't they? Them old-fashioned with the glass lamps. Oh, those ducky, yeah. Used to buy them at the seaside then. Used to put them in a glass of water. And I've still got the horse. Everybody had the horse, didn't they? I don't know whether he's there or not somewhere. Where is he? Oh, you can't see him. He's at the back of the telly. He used to carry, he used to pull a wagon, but the wagon got broken. It was my dad's horse. I've just still got the horse, yeah. Oh, you're all right if you're driving. Don't worry about it. We don't want you to have a crash just in case you... Yeah, the Shire horse and dray. The dray got broken, but I still got the Shire horse, yeah. Oh, everybody used to have brasses, didn't they? Yeah, he's still got part of his leather straps, but unfortunately the dray bit got broken years ago. I've only got the horse. That's all I've got left. It was my dad's. And my son's still got my dad's Rolls Royce. He always said he wanted a gold clock. When he was married to my mum for 50 years, he deserved a gold clock or a Rolls Royce. So we bought him a proper model of a Rolls Royce. It's not a toy. My son still got that. And I had the gold clock. It wasn't a gold clock. It was just a plastic gold clock. But it broke. So it didn't make the cut as it came here. Yeah, I'm getting fed up with this now. It's getting bigger and bigger. And I've got one more colour to put in it. I've got to put the brown in it. Yeah. So, but I've gotten fed up with it tonight now. And I can leave my crocheting out tonight because Rosie's not here. She had me blooming mittens all around the garden yesterday. Socks, mittens, wool, anything like that. She drags them all around the bloody garden. Oh, shall I have another chocolate? I've only had one. I might have another one. They're very sickly, though. You couldn't eat many of these. Well, I couldn't anyway. Mm-hmm. Remember when people used to put spiders outside the house? Used to be painted or stuck on the outside of the house. Big spider. There was one near me on a terraced house, this big spider. Eventually, the house got sold, and thankfully, the people who bought it took the spider down. Or butterflies. There used to be big metal butterflies on the side of houses as well. Rosie was a little besom the other day. She had socks, she had mittens, she had a ball of wool. She chewed up a great big piece of wood into pieces like a chipmunk. She were really on one. And she'd been for a long walk. Don't understand why she was so full of blooming beans. Anyway, they've gone to their friends today. And they live like in the middle of a woodland. No, she's not teething. She's past all that. They live in the middle of a woodland in Scotland. And they have a dog. And apparently Rosie and this other dog go bonkers, charging around like idiots everywhere. So hopefully by the time she comes back tomorrow, she'll be tired out. I've got a lovely one. It's on my window here that came from Poland, I think. My niece brought it back. It's a little it's only that big. It's all like a stained glass and it's got little metal wind chimes hanging from it. It's ever so sweet. That's come with me from, that made the cut. I was determined I wasn't going to leave that behind. It's somewhere around. I'm sure it's on my window here. I've got the embroidery hoops I keep saying I'm going to make. You know those like dream catcher things? But I've never made them. I've got the embroidery rings ready. Oh yeah, they used to be the rage, didn't they? With all the wrought iron work. But do you remember those wrought irons that you used to put behind a glass door? We had to have one because my son, we had a glass front door when we first moved in the house I've just left. And my son came flying down the stairs, and it was a miracle he didn't go through the glass because in those days it wasn't safety glass and it wasn't double glazed. 1969, yeah. So we put this metal work thing behind so that if he would fall into that, yeah. Do you remember those sand pictures where it was all different layers of all different sand? Or there was those wave things. It used to tilt, didn't it, from one side to the other, and this wave used to go like that, and then it went the other way, and the wave used to go the other way. No, they used to do sand pictures. They were quite big, actually. Yeah. You can say that, but I'm not quite sure what you mean. Light boxes, it kind of thing. Oh yeah, the string pictures. My ex-husband used to make them with gold thread. He made some nice ones actually. Used to get black velvet, to stretch across the picture frame, and then he would do this gold thread and silver thread. Used to take him ages to put the little nails in. It kept him occupied in the winter months. Oh, yeah, those wall things that used to go on the wall. And used to get them little mice. I've still got them. Where'd they gone? One of them's lost its leg. I think they were weighed animals, weren't they? Weighed or something? Ow. Blooming knee. You have to excuse me nearly swearing there. I'll blow the candle out while I'm up here. Oh, it's gone black. Not a very nice candle. Oh, I've only got 2 left, and one of them's got a broken leg. My son's friend knocked it down and broke its leg. Do you remember these little things? No, the little one's it's got a broken leg. They were weighed, yeah. Weighed porcelain. I bought these actually for my grandmother. When my grandma died, they sort of handed down to the grandchildren the things that we'd bought, Grandma. So I got these back again. So I was very sad because it lost its little... I had its little leg and I was going to glue it back on. But over the midst of time, its little leg got lost. So sadly, I've only got those left. Oh, ow. Oh, my giddy aunt. Anybody want a knee? Because I'm fed up with this one. And my mum bought me these back from Canada. It's a Eskimo with a seal or something underneath. It used to have a ticket on it, but it's lost it. It's quite heavy. It's made out of some kind of wood. It's very heavy. And then that lovely thing. Isn't that lovely? That was my mum's. What does it say on it? Oh, can't read it. Can't read it without my glasses. See if I can read it with my glasses. These aren't my right glasses, but they might be all right. No, they're not. Can't read it. It's got something written on the bottom. Got something written on the bottom. I've got a magnifier here. What's it say? Bear Mother. Crafted and copyrighted by Shamans, British Columbia, Canada. So that came back from Canada. What's it? Mother bear. I wouldn't call that a mother bear, would you? It looks like one of them totem pole things they have in, is it Polynesia somewhere? Oh. Rhinebeck. I think it might be. There is some festival that Z's going to, isn't there? My mum went to Vancouver. My cousin, who was much older than me, so I used to call her Auntie. She lived in Vancouver. She lived in Vancouver Island, and then she lived in Vancouver itself. Shawnigan Way, I always remember that was the address. She lived in a log cabin that her husband built. Sounds very rural, doesn't it, a log cabin? But it was a nice log cabin. It wasn't like, the middle of whatever, like the really horrible log cabins you see on the movies. It was a nice house. You're almost home. I hope it's nice and warm when you get in and it's not cold. Oh, I used to have one of those. It was like an Arab or something. Everybody had them. They were like pottery heads. But it got that many dings and knocks that I threw it away in the end, yeah. And my mum used to collect the birds. They all got broken in the end. They were on a wooden plinth, and there was these birds, yeah. Yeah. Everybody used to have those dogs. Do you remember those big dogs? I've got two dogs up on the top there. They were from, my dad got them. They were from Black and White Whiskey. And they'd been in a shop window for an advert for Black and White Whiskey. And my dad asked, could he have these dogs when they were done with? And I've had them ever since. They're up on the top there. They're nearly as old as me, those dogs. Yeah. It's amazing what we keep, isn't it? But I've only got little. The one that on behind me, that wooden, that came from Canada as well. That there on the wall. It's made out of a very lightweight wood. I used to have another one with a dragon painted on it, but it got broken. Mm. Amazing the things your parents had, isn't it? Yeah. And there was only one thing that I ever wanted of my mum's, and my brother got it. And it was a fruit bowl, like all fluted. And it was in orange glass that was all like iridescent. And I don't know whether my sister in law still got it. She's probably thrown it out by now. I'm getting some more photographs as well. My sister in law is moving. She's moving from a big 4-bedroomed house down to London in a little flat. And obviously, she's downsizing, getting rid of a lot of stuff. And she's found some more photographs. Well, they were what were my brother's inherited from my mum, I think. I've got a big box of them, but she's found some more. So only I will know who they are. Hello there, Jill. How are you? Hello. Oh, we used to have a mate. Well, yeah, these era things that went up and down. We used to call them a maiden, I think it was called. No, a rack, a drying rack. That was what it was. Everybody had them in the lounge, you know, used to hang the washing. All your smalls dangling over the fireplace. How are you doing, Jill? I've not seen you for a while. Yeah, the drying racks. You see, the ceilings are very low in houses these days, so you know you can't really get them. I bought one actually, but I couldn't put it in my house because the ceilings were too low. The ceilings here actually are higher than the ones in my house. Yeah, yeah. So how are you doing, Jill? Fill us in. Not seen you for ages and ages. So how are you doing? You got any more cows? Oh, I know we used to do some dangerous things back in the day, Kaz. People plugging things into the light switches, yeah. Health and safety would cringe these days, wouldn't they? They saw us doing that. They'd be like, oh, no, you can't do that. It's not got enough amps or whatever. You've been travelling a lot. Have you been backwards and forwards to your dad's or your daughter's? Where have you been? Oh, yeah, they used to do that. They used to plug things into the lights, Kaz. And it was dangerous because it wasn't earthed, was it? You know, everything's supposed to have a fuse, isn't it? And God knows what. And we used to plug them in the light switch. And we used to have. Did you ever remember a lazy Betty? They used to string a thing across the to the bed, and it used to hang over the bed with a little switch, so you could switch the main light on while you were in bed. They used to call them a lazy Betty. Yeah. Oh my goodness me, you have been floating about a lot, haven't you? Have you been managing to do any crafting, or have you just been busy? I know I see your videos with your crime and that, but I've yet to watch one. I'm very bad, I'm sorry. You need to get a caravan there, Jill. I don't know about having a home. Just get an RV and just keep travelling around. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they used to have a big solid iron, didn't they? My gran used to have one of those fires where you had a kettle and you used to swing the things in, and the kettle was always on the hob. Or she'd put stew in a pan and then she'd push it onto the fire and then she'd pull it back out a bit while it simmered. Um, it had an oven at the side as well. And she always had an iron, there, keeping warm. They used to put bricks, yeah. They used to put bricks in the oven, not hot water bottles. Yeah. I need to get my Addy out there, Jill. I really do. I was watching Not Quite Enough Yarn, Leslie doing on her. She calls it a whirly whirly. She's making hats for the homeless with hers. Yeah. Yeah, my gran had this big range. She had it for years. Well, I said it's before hot water bottles. They used to put house bricks in the oven, and then they would wrap them in a cloth or a towel or an old T-shirt or something and put them in the bed to warm the bed up. Yeah, I think we'll all be doing that. I'll be putting bricks on my fire to warm up if this heating situation gets any worse. Yeah, I'm not quite old enough to remember those warming things that they used to put coals in and warm them upside down. Yeah. Oh, we used to have stone water bottles, but they didn't have to make a clonk if they fell out of bed in the night. Yeah, we used to have them stone water bottles, but when they got cold, by God, they were cold. Yeah, I'm always wary of hot water bottles because ever since one popped on me and the bed was wringing wet through. No, I never had a gazunda. We might have had when I was little because the toilet was outside. Yeah, we were lucky. We had a fireplace. Well, we had a gas fire, but we had the chimney swept and everything, and then we've got like a flue that goes inside the chimney. You with me? Metal flue. Yeah, I think we had a goes under. I think we must have done. Yeah, I've never. I mean, Leslie's making a blanket, isn't she, for her sister? I've got some books actually that I bought, like that tell me what I'm supposed to be making on an addy. But I'm not quite into. I'm not very good at the seaming bit. Where you make them in pieces and make sweaters and stuff. I'm not quite into that. But I have bought about 3 books because what you get with an addy, you don't get hardly any instructions. Yeah, So I bought these 3 books, but I've not made anything out of them. I mean, I used to watch what she called sheepishly sharing when she used to make those fancy, like, nutcracker scarf, didn't she, on that little Addy? Margaret, yeah. She made some lovely, didn't she, scarves? Snowmen, nutcrackers. What else did she do? Oh, your mum was Margaret. No, this sheepishly sharing, she's called Margaret, I think. No, I've never made any. I just made hats for the homeless on my Addy. Yeah, I've got 3 books, I think, Jill. I don't know. I've not made anything out of them. Yeah, I'm not taking some cardigans because people loved them. People looked at them and said how wonderful they were, but nobody bought anything. I'm actually, considering starting my Etsy shop again, but it takes so much commission that it's worrying me. Plus the fact they want me to do post free, which if I do that, it makes the price very expensive for anybody buys them in the UK. Yeah, more coffee. Yeah, yeah. I only bought it, Jane, because I wanted one and everybody had one, but I can't honestly say I've ever made anything that I've ever sold on it. No, I just made a load of hats with oddments and um, I just donated them to the homeless. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People might be looking to wear warm woolies, but they don't want to pay for them. That's the trouble, Jean. That's what I found anyway, and I don't make a lot of profit on anything I make, but they didn't want to buy them, so I got to sell them somehow. They probably all get bunged on somewhere and get sold at ridiculously silly prices. And when they'll be gone, they'll be gone. And then somebody will say, "Can I order one?" And I'm like, "Not at that price, you can't." No, you know. No, I got fed up of Etsy because people were always wanting me to make something in a massive, massive size, and they didn't want to pay me. And they'd see something I'd made in a small size, and they wanted it in a 6X or something. They couldn't understand why they couldn't have it at the same price, or they couldn't have it in cotton or cashmere or fine or whatever. Um, so it's disheartening, especially when I see things on Etsy, for sale at $145 and stuff, and I can't get 45 for mine. And it makes you start thinking, what's wrong with my things? What's wrong with the things I make? It makes you start doubting yourself, and I hate that. I hate having to doubt whether my stuff's good enough. I hate that feeling. You know, why other people's things sell and mine look identical. And you're like, what is it? What's wrong? Why do people see my things and think no? Oh, people admire them. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Oh, that's lovely. Have you got the pattern? That's the usual thing. Not how much is it? Can you make me one? Or how much is that one? Are you selling it? Have you got the pattern? That's all I ever get. And it's usually for something I don't have the pattern of because it's something I made about 8 years ago. As you know, I got rid of all of my patterns and my magazines and a load of stuff when I moved. So I just don't have the patterns anymore. Yeah. Well, I got contacted the other day from a lady who had bought things from me in the past many years ago and said she'd just paid 140 something pound for a cardigan. And she wants another one in emerald green. She said, I'm sure you could make it for less. I said, well, just send me the picture and I'll let you know. Yeah. She hasn't done so far. But she paid £140 for this cardigan in the shop. Oh, people are very rude, Jane. You'd be surprised. Or like, the number of times it would be a Doris Chan pattern, a book that's like, sort of about £13. Now you can get them a lot less. You can get second-hand ones for quite a lot less. And they want me to just photocopy, a pattern out of Doris Chan book because, I can't afford the book. I said, well, I'm on a pension and I had to afford the book. So I'm sorry, but no. I said, it's copyright. I cannot photostat you. Doris Chan pattern. And they get really stroppy. You got to wear your donkey jacket. I'd like to see that. Can we have a photograph of you wearing it? Yeah. We want to see you wearing your donkey jacket. Oh, God. I mean, we're all soft, aren't we? When you think, when I was a kid, it was single glazing, no central heating, no heating in the bedroom whatsoever. Only one fire downstairs, nothing in the kitchen, except the cooker when it was on, yeah? We're just all gone soft, haven't we now? We're all moaning if we haven't got central heating. We're all moaning if we're cold. You used to get up in the morning, didn't you? Your feet were like little bricks of ice. And your fingers, you couldn't feel them, could you? You used to have a cup of tea to keep your fingers warm. You're back now, are you, Rick? Are you back home now? Hi, Nancy. I mean, we're all so soft, aren't we? I'm soft now. I feel the cold terrible. Oh, you can't stick your tongue to the windows, no. I think we've gone soft. We've got used to the warmth, haven't we? We're not used to walking into an icy, freezing cold bedroom, are we? With our eider downs. Yeah. Well, we never had any heat anywhere. We don't even have air conditioning. We don't need it here, Jill. Believe me. Even when it's hot, we don't need air conditioning, yeah. I don't fit into Primark things, apart from shoes and socks. They don't do my size. Even though I've slimmed, they still don't do my size. It says it's my size, but it just isn't. I couldn't buy anything to wear in Primark. Maybe buy one of them blanket things or something that might fit me. I bought one of those cuddly blanket things, the hood to wear. When it gets cold, I'll be putting that on instead of my dressing gown. Mm. And I've dug my tights out. Somebody was calling, she's not Catherine now. She's not the Duchess of Cambridge now. What is she? Duchess of Wales, is she something? They were calling Catherine the other day because she had tights on underneath her trousers. And I thought, she's probably cold. Leave her alone. She's got her tights under her. They were saying it was a fashion faux pas. I thought the girl's probably cold. Leave her alone because she was out shaking hands with people. Wasn't like she was indoors. She probably had her thermal tights on. you know. How would you make a baby blanket, Jill? Would you have to make strips and sew them together? Oh, gosh. Yeah. I'll be digging my mum's, the Princess of Wales, that's what she's called now, isn't she? But she had tights on under her trousers. Yes, so what? They were probably thermal tights. She was probably cold. And I don't blame her. He's shaking hands with somebody in the cold weather out here, just his flimsy little trousers on, designer pants that aren't very warm. She's not like wearing a fleecy joggers, is she? I'm a rubbish stitcher upper, Joe. That's my problem. I can't do that mattress stitch and make it look neat. Yeah. No, I've got my tights on under my dress here and on my underskirt. Yeah, she's not been Kate Middleton for about 10 years, has she now? Yeah. No, I've got all my layers on. I bought 2 thermal vests with long sleeves. They're quite warm, actually. They're very flimsy and they're quite warm. No, she doesn't. I had a friend who was very thin and she used to keep saying, put your heater on, it's cold. And I used to say, you need a bit of body fat, you know. Is it just me or did people not have asthma as much when they had cold weather? Oh, you're going again, are you? Right, okay, sod off then, Rick. Mine's called a cuddly, Kudd.ly, cuddly. It's like a big hoodie thing, oversized, huge, it's got like kangaroo pockets at the front so you can put your hands in. Oh, you got a family. Right, okay, we shall see you later, Rick. Oh, yeah, I've got long johns that I put underneath me. Yeah, an hoodie here. I've got long john tights, thermal tights that I put under my trousers because I do feel the cold on that scooter. I really do feel the cold. When you're walking, you're generating heat, but when you're on the scooter or a wheelchair or whatever, sorry about this, I've got my cough back. I feel the cold, even though I've got like a blanket or whatever. You're being tongue in cheek, are you? I thought you were going out. My son's asthma has been a lot better since he moved here, funnily enough. Yeah. You don't want to be imprisoned online. Well, don't be imprisoned online. We're not going to keep you. If you need to go, Rick, you go, darling, you go. um, yeah, I feel the cold, the blanket and stuff. I do feel the cold on my scooter. Yeah. What have I been making? Oh, we've been making them dratted virus shows and stuff. You know, I'm making stuff. I'm trying another craft fair, even though, they're always a disaster with me. I don't know why. But I'm trying again. You never know. No, I'm making shawls in the fine cotton. Oh, Etsy. They were the only place I ever sold anything, Jill, but they take so much blooming commission. Plus the fact they say they won't advertise you if you don't do free postage, which is a little bit difficult for me to do. I have to add the postage onto the cost of the garment because I can't do free postage. It's going to cost me about £20 to send anything to America. So I can't do free postage. They just have you over a barrel and they're taking about 40 something. Is it 40 something percent they take off you? They say 4% in your dreams. The last time I saw something, I think it was supposed to be 20 something pound, but I finished up at getting £17 back. Out on my £24, I got 17 back. Yeah, but I mean, it's. I'm in a dilemma, Denise. If I put free postage and I put the price up that it's American way, then if I sell it to anybody in the UK, I'm actually overcharging them, if you're with me. Because It doesn't cost as much to post something in the UK as it does. And I won't send things to America unless I do it tracked and traced. Since a couple of people tried to rip me off in the past by saying they hadn't got things when I knew damn well they'd got them because they'd been signed for and it said they were delivered. And they were trying to tell me that they hadn't come and they wanted their money back. And I'm like, no. Craft fairs, I don't sell any of my garments because people just don't want to pay at a craft fair. They go with about a tenner in their pocket, and if you're trying to sell a garment for 30 quid or something like that, even though it's cost you 20 for the wool, they don't want to know. Yeah. It breaks my heart when I see people, like you say, in America selling things for £145 and I can't get 45 for mine. Yeah. They won't let me do that from Etsy. They just say post free and it just goes to post free. And I tried doing UK only and it still did it worldwide. I don't know what happened when I was trying to do it. Yeah. Yeah. You don't mind doing free shipping if it's a hat or something small, but you can't do free shipping on a jacket that's going to cost 20 quid to post it. I don't know. I did try, but they wanted me to have a US tax code. They wanted me to have last time I tried to post something on Etsy. I thought, I'm not in the US. Why would I have a US tax code number? I didn't have one. And it wouldn't let me go any further forward. It wanted this US tax code number. And I'm like, well, I'm not in the US. Yeah. Oh, I tell you, if I could sell my stuff in the States, I'd be rich. Well, I wouldn't be rich because I don't like overcharging like some people do. It makes me laugh when they say, put £10 an hour on your crochetting for your time. And I'm like, what? It's more like £1 an hour I get. Just people in the UK just do not want to pay. They just don't. In the US, they have more appreciation for anything handmade, hand done. But in the UK, no, they want something for nothing. The number of people who said to me, oh, I thought you just did it to pass your time because you're retired. I didn't know you charged. Or if we get you the wool, will you make me a cardigan? And but they don't want to give you any money. They just want to pay for the wool and bring you the tatty wool. You're supposed to make them a cardigan. We don't have farmers markets around here because we're not near any farms. We just have little church hall craft fairs, which probably only the people who go to the church go to, yeah. Yeah, I felt like saying that. I just don't have a tax code number. I tried to go past it and it just wouldn't accept the listing. It just kept saying, no, we want the tax code number. And I thought, so I just took the thing off and cancelled my listing. It really annoyed me. And there's nobody that you can speak to. You can't get hold of anybody to actually have a conversation with anyone. Mm. Also, the yarn in the US is mostly cheaper than it is over here. So I think people are so used to the cheap prices of red art and stuff on offer and stuff. Yeah, yeah, well, I mean, I don't have an American Social Security number, do I? Well, I'm not putting my English one in because our English one's got letters as well as numbers, yeah. Yeah, but it's the way they charge. I mean, I get very, very little off my YouTube videos. I get pennies off my YouTube videos. But they take 46% of anything I might earn. 46%. YouTube take. I don't attract big advertisers. I don't get big money. You know, I'd never make a living at it. I just don't. I get a check maybe every 3 or 4 months. Believe me, it wouldn't even pay for me wool, really. You know, I don't get much. You'd have to really slog at it. You'd really have to really do videos every day, do giveaways, do whatevers. And I don't do that. So I just don't earn the money. Yeah. But I mean, when I worked out what Etsy were taking off me, they made more profit than I did by crocheting it. Yeah. I don't know what Amazon selling is like. I know eBay's rubbish because they don't want to pay on eBay at all. Um, I sold some wool on eBay, but you know, hello Greek Stitcher. Hi Juanita. No, we don't get any wool coupons. We don't get Michael's and Joanne's or any. We don't get any coupons. You might get an offer sometimes in a magazine. Um, you know, or like Tracy Crochet Rock, she's got 20% off some of her yarns, yeah. Oh, you're coming to England. Oh, bring your woolies, love. It's a bit cold. You're going to get a bit cold in London or wherever it is you're going, yeah. Are you working tomorrow, Kaz? Yeah, I'm getting tired actually now. It's gone past the witching hour, hasn't it? Yeah. Yorkshire. Oh, it'll be lovely and cold in Yorkshire. I don't do any shopping anymore. They do the shopping, yeah. You're not until Wednesday. Woo! And what you gonna do till Wednesday, Kaz? Woo! You coming to shop? Ah, uh-huh. Oh, Miguel, like, he comes on now and again. He doesn't come on here very much now. Um, he still talks to me now and again, but I don't think he talks to anybody much really these days, Miguel. I don't think it's you that he's gone off, Joe. I think he's gone off the lot of us. Um, yeah, I don't know what he does with his time. He's too busy with his chickens, I think. Oh, right. Good night, Sparrows, Heart, Homestead. Bye now. Good night, Sparrows. Yeah, he's been very busy hatching chicken. Well, he's not been hatching the chickens, has he? He's been looking. You think he was hatching the chickens, the fuss he makes, but no. I was going to send you a message the other day, Jill, but I couldn't find you on Facebook anymore. So I thought, I'll see if she's okay. I was going to send you a message to see if she's okay. And I thought, well, she's not there. I typed your name in and I thought, where's she gone? Where's she gone? She's not there. You're not there under your name anymore. I couldn't find you. You might have been there under Fiberfloozy, but I did find one that said Blossom, but I didn't know whether that was an old one or a new one or whether it was you or not. So I didn't want to send a message and then it got to somebody else or something. So I thought, oh, she's not under Jill anymore. Because I'm sure I used to message you under Jill. You're going to Sheffield. You're going Tom. Bye, Munchkin. Good night. Yeah, I'm going in a little while as well. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know whether you get a message personally if I'd send you a message under Fiberfloozy. I thought, am I sending it to a group? There's a load of people going to read it. I just wanted to send a message to you, not to everybody else, if you know what I mean, Jill. So I thought, oh, that's weird. Can't find it. I've not been to Thirsk. Been to some places in Yorkshire, but not. When do I get me new? Oh right, okay. Thank you, Jill. When do I get me new scooter? Hopefully this coming week I should get a message. He said they were expecting them in 2 to 3 weeks, and it's been about 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that next week I'll just get um, I get a message saying that it never. Well, they're waiting for them to come in. They haven't got them in stock. You see, they're waiting for them to arrive. So I suppose I'm dependent on when they get them in stock. Yeah. Also, my man Wayne, the lovely Wayne, he'd gone on his holidays, so he was on a holiday this last week. I think he's coming back this weekend, so he wouldn't be back in the office until Monday anyway. So he said as soon as he got back and they were in, he'd let me know. So fingers crossed, won't be long. Because this scooter, as you know, it let me down. It's an old scooter that they've loaned me, and the battery's not up to much. Yeah, my other scooter, yeah, I haven't spoken to you for a bit, have I, Jill? My scooter, the wheels sheared off at the back when I was driving along. The wheels sheared off, and it turned out it was a fault. They had it for 6 weeks and they repaired it, and it turned out to be a fault with all the scooters of that batch, not just my scooter. All of them had the wrong kind of metal in the axle, so the wheel came off. So they brought me back, and then it started playing up. It started stopping, and then I couldn't get it to start. And then when it started, it was going on its own without me pressing the levers. It was just going on its own, and I couldn't stop it. I nearly run a lady and a dog down. So I told them to take it back again, and they took it back again, but they can't find anything wrong with it. So I said, I'm not having it back. I don't want it. If you can't find anything wrong with it, you're not giving it me back. Lost faith. What a different scooter. So I'm having a scooter now that's got a top on it. So, you know, the wind and the rain and that, I won't get soaking wet every time I go out. So I'm waiting for that one. But they're waiting for him to come in, yeah. I get my scooters through what we call a mobility allowance. I get an allowance because I can't walk very well. So I claim disability. I claim a disability living allowance. I claim because I'm unable to walk. And that pays for my scooter, yeah. So I don't actually pay for my scooter, if you know what I mean. I do pay for it, but I don't, if you're with me. I don't have to pay for it out of my pension, is what I'm saying, as I pay for it through my disability living allowance, yeah. But I only get it because I can't walk, yeah. I can walk, as you know, but my legs and everything, they just give way, my back and everything. And it isn't really insurance, no. You have to apply for it. You have to go, and you have to have letters from your doctors and your, in my case, my surgeons and that, saying what I've got is incurable. It's never going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. I mean, to cut a long story short, my spine is crumbling to bits. Yeah, I've got rod and pins in it, and I need a new hip. I've had one new knee. I need another new knee. So walking is a bit of a liability. So I'm safer in a scooter. I can walk in a shop if I've got the shopping trolley, you know, that you push around. I can walk with that. But I tend to fall over everywhere. I have to get picked up on a regular basis because I hit the deck, yeah. And I go over backwards usually and bang my head, so it's not a good look. I look as though I've been in the pub or something, you know. So my daughter-in-law insists that I can get up, pick up my bed and walk, but you know, I can walk with a stick sometimes, but it really, really hurts my back. Yeah. Um, they're not usually nice young men that rescue me, actually. Oh yeah, I did get a nice one. He pushed me all the way home, the poor soul. Pushed me about 3/4 of a mile. Because my scooter broke down on me the other day. My loaned scooter broke down on me, which is why I'm, yeah. No, I'm in great pain when I walk with crutches, or I walk. Well, I'm in less pain when I walk with crutches than I am when I walk with a stick. Because when I walk with a stick, I tend to lean to one side and it pushes my spine out of whatever. Oh, the one at Yarndale, that's the one I bought. It's a little folding mobility scooter with teeny weeny wheels, yeah, and no suspension. So when I go anywhere that's a bit bumpy, it goes. So it's not anything that you would go anywhere. They're meant to be to go round a shopping mall. Is that what they're meant for? You're meant to put them in the car, and if you go shopping, you're meant to take them out of the car and go shopping. They're not meant to go anywhere. They only do about 7 miles to a charge, which isn't a lot really when you're going around shopping. I know it sounds a long way, but it isn't really. Um, oh, no, I fell off my scooter. I didn't fall off my scooter at Yarndale. I fell off my walker at Woolfest. Yeah, I fell off my walker. I didn't put the brakes on. It was a walker with a seat. Didn't put the brakes on properly, so it went backwards and it went down one of the gullies. They're in the cattle market, and it went down the gully and tipped me off, and I banged my head backwards. Yeah, and I got bruises all down every. Oh, yeah, that was it. Woolfest. Didn't fall over at Yarndale. I don't know how it would work in the United States. I would imagine you would get. I mean, people who need a wheelchair, they must get a wheelchair through insurance or something. It's not very warm here. It's 13 degrees. It was before 13 degrees C. It was, yeah, 13 degrees C. Oh, hello. Somebody wants me. Hello, hello. I've just replied. I don't know why I could. You think it's your bedtime? Yeah. 21. When you say Greece, I imagine you're in Greece. I presume you're either from Greece or that's why you're called Greek Stitcher. I always think you're actually in Greece. Yeah. I love Greece. I love Skiathos. I want to go. But it's too hilly and too bumpy. It's got lovely cobble streets, Skiathos, and it's all on a hill. But I adore that place. I'd love to go back, but I know I can't. The only place that's level is the seafront, and there's no hotels there. They're all cafes. The hotels are all up, up. Yeah, but it's my favourite place of all places. Yeah, you've got 4 cows and the bull, and you've got 2 horses and the donkey. Oh right, you're Greek raised, but you lived. Family settled in. Okay. Oh yeah, I love Greece. I've been to Athens. I've been to Skiathos, Skopolis, Ionisus. Is it Ionissus something? Uh, 12 black cat. Oh, I love a cat. Need a cat here. Can you send me one? Because I've got a mouse. I shouldn't say a mouse when when Enid's on here. I love England. I really do, but the weather's dire. England is lovely when it's gorgeous. There's some beautiful, beautiful places in England. And if the weather's gorgeous, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. There's so much of England I have never seen. But the weather, so unpredictable. Even in the summer, even when we're supposed to get the heat wave. Oh, we're not far behind you with crime, sadly. I mean, I left a beautiful place, Prestwich I left, but Manchester, some places, God, they've got the guns out, the knives out. I don't know what's happening to the world. You know, it never used to be like that. Why is everywhere so violent? Every time I open the newspaper, turn on the TV, somebody's been stabbed, somebody's been shot. You're going to Bedfordshire, right? Okie dokie, Kaz. Oh, you're working Sunday. Okie dokie, yeah. Yeah. It is. Sadly, it's not just one place anymore. You know, you can't say, oh, it's the US or, oh, it's what the UK is as bad. Well, perhaps not quite as bad. We don't have guns. Well, we don't have legal guns here. We do have guns, sadly. You know, we have people who have got guns illegally. But I don't think we have quite the same gun culture as they do in some parts of the US, you know. It's all very, very sad, yeah. But anyway, I am going to go now. I'm going to go to Beddy Bowes. I've got to get up in the morning to put the slow cooker on. I've got my instructions. It's in the fridge, ready. Just got to put it in the slow cooker and switch it on. And if I don't do that in the morning, I'll be in big, big trouble. Because we won't be having chicken parmesan and whatever it is. I don't know what she's made. I know it's chicken something or other. It's in the fridge anyway, ready to be going. I'm not making anything. I'm not the cook. Yeah, I will definitely send you a message, Jill. Now I've got your what's it? Yeah. Okie dokie. So bye, everybody. Thank you for keeping me company, and hopefully we'll all have a good week. Yes. And I hope I don't lose any more relatives this coming week. They said they come in threes, don't they? I've only got 2 this week so far. Anyway, bye. I'll speak to you all very soon. I'm expecting some more coming, yeah. Okay, Chris. Good night. Bye.